You host. No, you host.
No, you.
No,
After
you.
you.
Host. Stop it, you.
Okay, welcome to Girls Gang Squad. Super excited for you guys to all be here today. This week we have Weenus joining us. Weenus, how have you been?
Hello. I've been doing quite well, thanks. Just happy to be here and excited for these amazing matches to be played before us. How are you?
Hot, but trying to keep cool as best as I can. We're kind of in the same area, so we know how the heat wave's been recently. But yeah.
So hot right now. So hot now.
But yeah, no, I'm excited to get into these games tonight because we actually have an NGS team split between these two teams going head to head tonight. So we get to see, I believe they're called, is it honey badgers or just badgers? Do you know?
Researching, it's something badgers. I think it's the something badgers.
It's the something badgers.
Something badgers, yes. Don't quote me on that. Actually, maybe it was my feed in chat. I think
Careless?
it's just the badger team. Careless badgers, that sounds good.
So
Yep.
for Shay saying careless badgers, yeah, it's split between Mayday and Salt Sisters going head to head. And some really talented players tonight, so I'm sure we're gonna see some pretty awesome plays in this matches coming up. So let's get into this. Game number 1 on Towers of Doom.
Towers of Doom.
Oh, Tigerfish. Hello, Tigerfish. How are you doing today, sir? He's embarrassing me already in chat. He says fun things like, don't be salty.
Don't be salty.
He reminds us all to stay positive.
Hey guys, let's be positive.
So, he's a lot of fun. Hirschban Johanna, see you later, alligator. Is that a target ban on Valk Slays? Maybe.
Thank you so much for all the hosts and raids, guys. We've got a lot of those coming in right now. And the follow-ups coming out from Tigerfish and Lucky. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out tonight for Girls Gang Squad. It means a lot. We have that respect ban coming through for Traxex and the Murky pick here. Last week she dominated on that on Towers of Doom. Just ran it down every single lane and took all the keeps.
Oh my goodness. What are you gonna do? You know, I think Valk Slays has like a 200 level, maybe 250 of the Johanna, and then has another account that's level 250 Johanna. So I was like, that's all I really know. It's that is an insane amount of Johanna levels.
I would be a little bit concerned maybe about the ETC, but they're deciding to ban out that Diablo. ETC in this last patch has some talent updates. And he now has a level 13 where he can reduce the cooldown of his ultimate, and it can be crazy. You can get a couple ultimates off in a long team fight now. So I'm surprised he's not being target banned or picked up early in the game yet. Maybe we'll see it picked up by Salt Sisters here.
They do get the dual pick. I wonder if it's going to be a double lane soaking Zool going between the top and the mid lane. I wonder if they're going to try to pick up something to do the same.
Roqwell locking in her fall stat. Usually this was a pick that gets banned out every time a Roqwell is on a team here. They never let her get this one, but they let her have it tonight, so I wonder if they made some kind of truce to let it through.
We'll just ban some target banning, but not all of it. But, you know, with so many great players and so many, you know, great heroes that they can play, like, you can't ban them all, right? You just got to pick your poison, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Our world is worth fighting for.
Miss Nymph says yes. 400 Johanna. Oh my goodness.
That's insane.
But look at that. Mayday. They're picking up the Bay. May's Bay.
And Kiyeberries rocking that Alex Straza as well.
Starting early with the dragons. I like it. Pick up all the dragons. Collect them all today.
Seems like we have some hype in chat for Roqwell getting her fall stat finally. Like, it rarely happens in Girls Gang Squad. I think last time she played it, they actually like negotiated that she could have Falstad, but would be solo laning purely against Breakwood in the top lane. Like that's the only way that she was allowed to have it.
Some back alley deals
Yeah.
happening like on the side. It's like, give me the money. No, give me the stuff. Give me the money. Give me the stuff. Goodbye, Deckard. I think that Sylvanas is a good ban on this map. Just shutting down those towers. You get so much push, especially if left alone. So better not.
Yeah.
Better off just not to deal with it, I suppose.
And on top of that too, if you talent into Merc Queen, you're gonna have that buff on the sappers as they walk in. It makes it so much easier to take down structures faster.
Here we go again.
I want big pumpkins. That is not a Sylvanas voice at all.
There was an attempt.
I was not trying to do Sylvanas at all. If it was, that would have been quite awkward. Draft, save me.
We did have that Brightwing being picked up by ArtemisHowl. Chromie being picked up by Breakwood. This is another interesting pick. Chromie just got a little bit of updates in the patch as well. Her Dragon Breath talents maybe a little bit more favored for being picked up as talents in this match. So we'll have to keep an eye on her build here and see if she chooses to go that.
Yeah, and also pointed out in chat, another dragon by Papa Fresh. Agreed. Miss Pussycat picking up Li Ming and Swyft on the deer. Oh, deer. What do you think about this last Urel pick?
You know, I like a good Urel on my team. I'm not gonna lie. I think she's a great offlaner. I don't know how well she's going to be able to keep up with Zool double soaking. I know that Zool, like, if they're going to be fighting in the lane, probably doesn't win that exchange. But, you know, if he just soaks his minion waves and minds his own business and goes on his way, he might be able to pull it off, you know?
Yep. Maybe the Bex is going to be able to distract Traxex enough and pull them into a fight instead of the soaking game, because I think you're right. The pure soak of Zool I think would be hard to match on Urel, but that 1v1, as you said, I believe would go to Urel if they can actually convince them to fight, stay a while and fight.
Now Traxex, you really got to keep an eye out for her, because she will definitely just run down your keeps while you guys are distracted fighting over an objective. They did it last week, so she might do it again this week. But here we are, game number 1 of our best of 5 series. On the left-hand side, we have the Salt Sisters with Valk playing the Anubarak, ArtemisHowl on Brightwing, TheBecks on Urel, Roqwell rocking the Falstad, and Breakwood on Chromie.
And on the right-hand side, oh look, it's Mayday, Mayday! We're going down with Traxex on Zool, Kiyeberries on Alex Straza, Swyft on Lunara, Miss Pussycat playing Li Ming, Slice playing May. We're going down.
Well. What are you waiting for?
You just hype us up to watch them walk in the lane for the next 30 seconds and do nothing.
It's a big hype. They're walking slow, but they're walking proud. Look at that swagger, Jazzy.
Oh, we had that Anub going in trying to get the stun onto Li Ming, but she's out of there. Slice healing for her. And now just making their way down to do the rotations, letting the solo lanes do the double soak in mid and top, and the 4-man bottom camps up in about 20 seconds here, and that's something I like to look to pick up right away, so we'll have to see if that's their plan as well.
Absolutely. Zool already clearing out the top lane, is now in the middle lane. The Traxex is picking up that soak. See what Urel decides to do, see if they're able to get any confrontation, see if the Bex falls behind or not. But there are those camps you talked about. Let's see if they go for them.
Looks like Breakwood is making her way over there, sets up a time trap in that bush to make sure she can catch anyone invading. Both teams picking up their siege camps now.
Yeah, even though Salt Sisters got to their camp first, still pretty speedy pickup by Mayday. They're just about to finish up about the same time. Very good. And yeah, we'll see who can get an edge and who can take down those pumpkins before Halloween even. I always get excited about this map because of all the pumpkins, and the closer it gets to Halloween, the more and more I like to see it. I am a child.
These comps are really interesting because they both kind of have these like long range poke blow up mages. So they're just trading this damage at such a distance. It's just a battle of skill shots here going on. Slice getting really low, though, looking to try and escape. She already used that slide to get out of there, so there's nothing much to stop them from picking her off, but it looks like she's just going to stay safe back behind her minions.
Yeah, I like that because you have Mei, who's kind of a dive tank, and then you also have a Nubarak, who's definitely a dive tank, but then you don't really have a whole lot of other frontline to go in with you, so it's very interesting.
Just taking a look at the solo lanes here to see who's keeping up. Kind of looked like maybe Zul was doing like 2 waves of clear before rotating because he had his mid-wave crash.
Slight XP, yeah, going over to Mayday. It seems as those rotations are happening a little bit faster. Still no kills yet. And here come the altars activating in 15 seconds. Skiri saying, I love Halloween.
Yeah, it does look like Zul is getting a little bit more pressure in these lanes and a little bit of soak. Just missing a couple minions when it crashes at the gate if you're a little bit behind on rotation. Mei in the backline here, just zoning them out from trying to do anything here while the rest of her team is up around the altar. And we have the Dragon Queen pop by Alex Straza. Big heals coming out from her to get Mei healed up. And Valk is in the backline trying to interrupt anything that might be happening around the altar here. Beck's joining in for the fight now. This is a 5v4 in favor of Team Salt Sisters, but not for long because here comes Traxex. Valk getting really low, looking to retreat now. Slice also getting low, but has her Alex Straza there to heal her, help. She's going to be okay, and it looks like maybe Team Salt Sisters is deciding to give this altar over.
Yeah, it looks that way. Mayday doing a good job of pushing Salt Sisters back, and you know, Nubarak trying to get in, trying to get on the back line, doing a great job of interrupting the channel, but getting so low that just had to get out, otherwise would have been DED dead.
And both siege camps are up and available for the teams again. That looks exactly what they're going to do here. Salt Sisters picking up theirs with 3 people on it, while the right-hand side Mayday just has their Li Ming on it, but the rest of the teams looks like they're rotating to help her out.
Synchronized camping, almost. There we go.
It's cool too because they both have like vision tools to watch for the interrupt. Chromie has her time traps and Lunara has her whisk. So even if one team decides to invade, they're gonna have like a nice heads up that it's coming.
Right, the ever watching eyes are on this map for sure. Chromie stacking up that deep breathing. Up to 7 stacks. Looking for 20.
So Chromie is talenting into that Dragon Breath quest now with the update, doing a little bit more damage, and you got those slows on 7 as well.
Alex Straza is deciding to go into Life Blossom, so as long as she stays high up on health, can keep popping out a whole bunch of free heals, so.
Slice in this back line, gets stuck in that time track. Lots of damage going on to our polymorph, and that will be Mei falling, and that is first blood of the game. We are like 5.5 minutes into this game and just hitting first blood now.
Unfortunate timing as well for Mayday, as this altar is now up, getting ready to channel it. Salt Sisters sending Breakwood in. Don't think we'll be able to contest that.
Doing a good job zoning them out there around that siege camp to make sure that Breakwood could grab that altar.
And just like that, we're tied again, Jazzy, at 32 core health apiece.
XP as well, pretty much even here. As much as Traxex might be doing good, keeping them up on soak here, it seems like Team Salt Sisters is doing just a fine job holding their own against that.
Slice caught in the time trap.
Do have a bit of a rotation here. Bex is top lane. Roqwell's maybe looking to get that top camp and then maybe fly bottom. She did manage to snag that camp, so a little bit more pressure for Bex is going to help her be able to clear these lanes out without so much pressure from the Zul. The camp helping her out here.
Yeah, that was very nice to get that camp up there, get a little more pressure, and using the fly to come back bottom equalizes it out once again, so you don't have to stay up there very long when you have that global ability. Really nice use of it.
That poke damage is coming out from Li Ming now, though. But Chromie saying, I can do that too. Takes a nice chunk of health off of Swyft. Got those siege camps up again. Both teams look like they're just gonna do their own thing. Unless a noob's making his way over to the side of Team Mayday. They are going for the invade here. I'm not sure if everyone's on the same page though.
Oof, it was just a little bit of a threat. Like, we're here. Maybe we're doing it. Maybe not. All right, fake out. Back up. Let's get our own.
Yeah, luckily for them, Mayday didn't decide to, you know, engage on their camp after that. And they were able to grab theirs easily.
For sure. Here come the altars. 2 this time.
Ice wall coming out from May. Doesn't connect onto anyone. Now a noob looking for the engage here. Manages to stun 3 people on the side of Mayday, followed up by the Q stun onto 2 people. Now Urel in the back line, knocking Traxex into the enemy team. It looks like there's a little bit of focus from Falstad going out onto the Zool. But meanwhile, they managed to get that bottom objective, so that was a few more shots onto the side of Mayday's core.
Let's see if they can get the second one here. Both teams are taking quite a bit of damage, but they're not leaving yet. There goes TheBecks just diving in, and there goes Zool, sending poison over everybody. Traxex getting low, trying to get out. Swiping away and healing up. Nice. Swyft though doesn't go down.
Swyft in the backline trying to secure that kill on a Breakwood. Doesn't quite work out for her, and she does fall, but it's going to force Valk and Breakwood to back off here. Their health too low, but Roqwell in there on her famous Falstad, taking down the Zool. But not for free, as the Urel did get picked off by Li Ming. Valk trying to do a little bit more interrupts here on that objective. Roqwell coming back in, trying to get the pick onto Miss Pussycat. She does have that W on her for a moment there, going in for the kill. Is she going to be able to secure it here? It looks like Miss Pussycat's going to make it out, but unfortunately, Alex Straza falls, and ArtemisHowl now channeling the altar, and this will be this altar going over in favor of Salt Sisters as well. Another 4 shots onto the core of Mayday.
8-shot swing there. Nice play. And also, Brightwing coming back in when Salt Sisters needed the most. Healing people up. Able to take that second altar as well. But this map is far from over. And a couple members from Salt Sisters gonna head on back and fill up at the R&R at the base at the fort.
We do have those siege camps coming up here in another 20 seconds. But until then, it looks like there's gonna be some brawling in the bottom lane.
Here comes Kiyeberries, ready
Valk
to
is in there, engages onto them. A little bit stuck, has no disengage here. She has her stun go out, connects onto Li Ming and Swyft. They're now looking to try to get the pick on her. Falstad barrel rolls in and manages to secure the kill onto Li Ming, and now they're pushing down this bottom keep. At least get the walls, maybe even look to steal their siege camp here as well.
Yeah, both siege camps are open in the bottom, but if you're there and you might as well get some siege damage in, and they do clear that entire front wall. But it looks like they might be pushing it a little bit more, trying to get some of this tower down instead.
And they're deciding, why waste the siege camp on taking structures when we can use the siege camp to get core shots?
Absolutely. I also think about what I can do at any given time to get more shots. Whether it's rob a liquor store, open my cabinet, whatever.
We do have those altars spawning in the top part of the map right now in 10 seconds. Roqwell deciding to grab this camp, so they have a little bit more pressure in the bottom lane. So maybe they give up an altar, but win some extra shots on the core with these camps they have pushing in. Urel looking to channel that top left one, but it seems like Mayday is aware that some of the members of Salt Sisters are in the bottom lane still, and they're going to contest this left side altar.
Getting some pumpkins in down in the bottom. However, top left altar, it's going down. And the channel does go over to Mayday as they are able to pull that off. So I don't know. There's some more pumpkins still making their way bottom, but Swyft is there to help defend against that.
Would have been nice to see them try and get, or succeed in getting, I'm sure they were trying to get picks there, being up the numbers and on equal talent tiers. I think that was their window of opportunity to try and even out the game, force picks on that side of the map when they are going for the altar. Valk's getting really caught out here, gets picked off by Lunara, and now the rest of the team, I guess they didn't need to force the fight up there if they force it down here, and it works.
There it is. 16s are up for Salt Sisters, but they are down one of their team members, as Anubarak is still respawning back in base, so I don't think they're going to be able to hold this bottom fort forever, although Slice is taking a ton of damage. And there goes the polymorph and the finish. Wow, good kill there.
Yeah, Chromie bringing the damage, and Roqwell as well. She really pumps the damage out on her Falstad. One of her main heroes. Like I said, everyone hates to see her on that. Swyft doing all she can to try and get that pick on a Breakwood, but it's just not working for her. She's going to have to be careful here because a well-landed W will delete her.
Very treacherous position as well, and Swyft and Kiyeberries is just going to back up, Hearth back. And here comes a 3 set of altars in 20 seconds.
We just missed a rotation from Valk and Becks onto that. Zool managed to pick him off, so he can't do his double soak thing for a while now. They are up their talent here, and it looks like they are going to contest on the right-hand side. Up 2 members.
Roqwell's going to hang out down on the bottom, probably channel that and fly back up, so it might be a little bit risky or a little bit even until they all come back in.
Icewall going out, connects onto the Anubarak, leaves Brightwing without a tank to peel for her. She does fall there. Falstad getting that bottom altar. I'm expecting to see him fly up here if he has it, but there could be a chance that he just decided to take this camp and maybe push in some sappers as they are down their healer now.
There it is. Yeah, especially losing a team member, it makes it harder to fly up there and try to fight that fight.
She needs to be careful. She could get caught if they're fast enough, but it looks like she's going to be able to make it out here. Her team's here to back her up, and Swyft now looking to get caught, pops her leaping strike, manages to go unstoppable and make it out of there, but the Chromie Dragon Breath just popping off there, getting the kill onto Lunara. But Anubarak falls at the same time. So 1 for 1.
The good old 1 for 1. Buy one, get one. Except it's on different teams. And this bottom fort, though, still getting assaulted here by Mayday. Trying to get that poke in there. When you have a whole bunch of mages trying to poke down, these minions just get in the way.
Now this is very much a dodge, dip, and dive type comps here. You really got to be dodging all these skill shots from the 2 mages.
If you can dodge a minion, you can dodge them all. Although it's very hard to dodge orbs for me. I'm magnetic to orbs. They just hit me every single time.
I know as like a beginner player, sometimes I'd watch an ability coming in my face and I know I need to walk away from it because I'm looking at it, I accidentally click into it. I don't do it as often anymore, but
I will always do it. That is going to be Falstad going down, as well as this bottom tower is reclaimed by Mayday. 11 core health for Mayday and 23 left for Salt Sisters. We're going to have another altar spawning right now, and it's going to be a little bit before Falstad reses. I think they're just going to give it.
Looks like they're making a boss call, looking to get value somewhere else on this map while they're down the player, but this is exactly what Mayday needed. They got that pick. They're now pushing and almost get back even on XP with Team Salt Sisters, and they're picking up that siege camp in the bottom right now. So they're going to be able to push those in and maybe even secure the bottom keep.
Great calls by both teams there. Mayday realizing what's going on up top, and so they said, well, all right, well, what else can we get? And we can get these pumpkins in and maybe even get this fort down. But Salt Sisters, knowing that they were down a player as well, going and getting some shots where they could. Great decisions, I think, by both teams in that situation.
They do manage to secure that bottom keep, which is going to be great for them going into the next altar phase as they are spawning in the mid and bottom. The question is are they going to be able to defend this as well as Salt Sisters put up on defense on the bottom keep when they had it?
Yeah, Mayday doing a little bit of a split and looking to see what Salt Sisters are going to do, where they're going to submit their resources, and they're going bottom. I think they want to take this back. Ooh.
That Li Ming flank trying to pick up the Falstad, takes a ton of damage but manages to escape. Fort is focusing the Anubarak right now. We do have the Dragon Queen out to heal up her team. A lot of pushback from Team Mayday here defending this keep. They did manage to get it down a little lower than half health. And they are missing the Lunara and Zool right now, so they might be able to do something, but it's still risky because you are taking a fight under a keep.
Indeed. Swyft picking up those sapper camp, so that's going to be coming in as well. See if it'll get past this keep or not.
Ice Wall coming out from May, doesn't connect onto anyone. There's just a lot of poking back and forth to try and get this back. The W's from Breakwood are hitting that keep, and they're managing to slowly take it back, and they finally do get it there, and altars are up now. TheBecks out here already on the altar that Lunara is trying to channel to interrupt this. We do have that bottom altar up as well, which it looks like Li Ming is making her way down towards. The rest of the team, Salt Sisters, kind of getting trapped in this little choke right here. Poison Nova coming out from the Zool. Looks like they're going to end up giving both of these here. They're just getting too low, and they don't have the resources to heal themselves up right now.
Yeah, this late in the game, if a fight is going poorly and you need to back out, sometimes it's a hard call to make, but sometimes it's the right one. And luckily for Salt Sisters, they're in a position so far ahead as far as core shots, they could take that and still remain slightly ahead.
We do have siege camps about to come online on the left-hand side of Salt Sisters. 2 seconds here, and that's going to come up. We might be seeing another invade on the side of Mayday. If they have vision of everybody in the mid lane, I don't see why they wouldn't do that. They know Falstad's here cut off from his team, so they can at least position to try and get a pick in a bad rotation.
There's that vision that you mentioned coming into play. Valk is able to spot it out, and good anchoring for the team there.
Yeah, fortunately her team knew what was going on and decided to rotate the safe way, and she went through and caught everyone. We had Brightwing getting caught in the ice wall here. Looks like she's in trouble. But Gus coming out from the Falstad, saving her life. She's going to stay alive, but Lunara's in the back line trying to chase her down. She's getting poked down. She doesn't survive that. Brightwing still makes it out. Lunara falls. Lifebinder coming out onto the Zool. But Valk is going in, and she's getting low as well here. Just a lot of poking back and forth.
Yeah, that wind tunnel from Roqwell setting up a great fight right there, allowing time for the TheBecks to come down from the top lane. Make it a 5v5, and now with 5v4, they got some beetles. They might push in here.
Yeah, that was a beautiful gust coming out from the Falstad there. Saved Brightwing's life and definitely turned the tides of that fight.
And there it goes. All right. And here comes the altar. Still 20 seconds on Lunara before they respawn. Salt Sisters say, we want the camp and we want the shots. This should get 5 more shots before bringing it down to 2. Pumpkins could win it, so if they walk these in, that could be game.
Absolutely. You look to get some picks here so that nobody can defend it and walk these pumpkins in. Boss is also up in 45 seconds here, so that's something else that they could look to get to win this game. Now, I believe Falstad's gusts up, so he can just gust them all straight back, and they're not going to be able to clear that. And I have a feeling that's probably what she's holding it for. Just waiting for those pumpkins to make it up, and as soon as she gusts them all back, they're just free to go in. Ice Wall comes out, though, stopping her from doing that, connects onto her. There comes the gust, but these pumpkins getting hit by the Poison Nova. They are going to be killed off here, and that plan doesn't quite work out for her, and instead, Salt Sisters taking a ton of damage and having to back off here, potentially giving back that bottom keep to Team Mayday.
An excellent defense there by Mayday, and I think you were right about the gust coming out, just trying to line it up perfectly, but instead, getting ice walled instead, Slice being the first to strike. Good combo though, getting them all stuck in ice wall, and then having Traxex bust out the Poison Nova. That's a lot to deal with when you're frozen and then poisoned.
We are having Mayday do that rotation onto the boss. They know that they need to force this now. If Falstad is dead, this is their opportunity to take that win condition off the map from Team Salt Sisters.
Smart call, just something that they won't have to worry about, but they will have to worry about these altars in 15 seconds. They will have 5. Just got to make sure no one takes their right channel, as they're probably going to submit a lot of resources to the left channel, I would imagine.
We do have the Lifebinder coming out on Alex Straza already, so that's going to be down for this team fight, but there's 2 members down. Now just 1 member down on the left-hand side. May going in, trying to zone out the team here, but she's getting chunked really fast. Pops are unstoppable, starting to get a little bit healed up. TheBecks in here doing all she can to zone them out and heal herself up. She's doing a good job, but that poke coming out from Li Ming is just a lot to deal with. Gus coming out, zoning out the team, giving them a little bit more time for the Anubarak to come back. Brightwing super low here. Slice, once again, that's probably looking to try and get in on this back line. We have the teleport coming out from Brightwing to heal up her team. And now they're just doing all they can to interrupt. Kai getting really low here. Oh, 2 members of Team Mayday picked off with a Q from the Falstad. Not for free, though. We do see Urel fall there as well. And this is just a tight fight over this last altar. Whoever wins this wins the game.
Slice getting low, and it is a 4v3. Roqwell trying the channel, deciding to back off it a little bit, see if they can help with the teammate. Swyft getting low, Slice low. They're having to back off, and here's Roqwell getting the channel. Down goes Lunara, and this is going to be a good game going over to Salt Sisters. There's the channel. GG's, well played.
I knew tonight was going to be intense, but I didn't know it was going to be literally down to one fight over the last altar on Towers of Doom right out of the gates.
Oh my goodness, 3-0. That's almost as close as you can get. That was a very exciting game.
Since Team Mayday lost that one, they're going to be given the option of first pick or map pick. But I have a feeling that Mayday will go with that first pick again. They usually do. They decided to go with it for game number 1, so it won't surprise me if they take it for game number 2. And yep, that's exactly what they did. I just got her word. They are going with that first pick option, which means that Salt Sisters is going to get the map pick here. We do have that map pick coming out now on the side of Salt Sisters. Any guesses where we're going?
I'm guessing we are going to Volskaya, and we can have a whole bunch of more mages.
No, but I will say where we are going, we can definitely see those mages we saw last game showing up again, because we are going to Battlefield of Eternity. Both these mages, Li Ming and Chromie that we saw in the last match, excellent for getting that poke on Immortal while staying at a safe distance from enemy teammates. So I'm excited to see how this one plays out, if we're going to see some repeat heroes or if it's going to be a little bit of a different draft happening. All right, we do have those readies in chat, so we're going to get into game number 2 on Battlefield of Eternity.
Oh boy, it's been a long week. I'm sorry, Jazzy. It's been a long week.
It's okay. Honestly, my week started out so terribly. I was just having such a bad week, and I'm like, dang, I need Weenus to cast with me this week just to super cheer me up on Friday.
Oh, snap! All right. Yeah, just call me up and we'll roll out. We'll just roll out. We'll have some fun. All right. We're going to have some fun. But I'm sorry that your week has started awfully. Sorry. Oh, no. What's it going to be? Show me Johanna ban.
Really keeping us on the edge of our seats here.
Oh, it's Chromie! You paid for the whole seat, but you're only gonna need the edge.
Not a surprise to see that being banned here after Breakwood dominated with it last game. Like I said, going into Battlefield of Eternity, great mage to pick up because she can poke from such a safe distance if they're zoning you off the Immortal. It's not really going to matter because over time, slowly but surely, she'll poke it down and you'll win it. But the thing is, with Breakwood, she's very hard to target ban. She has such a wide hero pool to choose from that she plays extremely well. She's a very talented player. I think I heard whispers of her potentially maybe signing up as a free agent for CCL. So if we're lucky, maybe we'll get to see her playing in that in the future. I think that would be really cool.
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to see a whole slew of female players get into CCL. At least apply. It would be great to see them in there. I'm very excited about that prospect.
To have that Cassia being banned down on the side of Mayday, and they took away May from Mayday. Not a surprise here, as Slice has been known to be quite an annoyance in the back line on her May.
You think we're gonna see that epic cow? You think we're gonna get a little moo picked up?
I think it would be a good idea, but Diablo's also... Oh, they'd ban Diablo. Never mind. Yeah, Li Ming. I feel like Diablo's in a really good spot right now, so I'm not surprised to see a ban, and I know Slice does play it, so maybe we are going to see some ETC this game instead.
I'm hoping for it. Bring out the big boy.
We have Bex picking up that Artanis. Maybe looking to go amateur opponent for the race.
For the horde.
There's Johanna. Wearing matching armor. Look at that. Silver with gold plate rim.
This makes me think even more that it could be an ETC being picked up by Slice here. There's still a Garrosh. I know that she's played that a bit in her hero pool. But with the changes to ETC, I really think that they might be going for that, especially since they've banned out that Chromie now. You don't have to worry so much about getting poked down before engaging.
We did it! Yes! We have that slippery cow! He's saying, give me the slippery cow. Oh, I just squeaked. Super embarrassed about that, but, you know, just got to point it out and be accountable. I squeaked.
We should have Kiyeberries picking up that Anduin as well. Yeah, it's going to be good here for swaps. So if somebody manages to accidentally get thrown into that enemy backline, Anduin's going to leap of faith them right back into safety.
Sometimes to save someone, you got to yeet them back to yourself. So, looking for some hard hitters to shred this Immortal, if that's going to be a thing. There's Stab Daddy banned, which makes me a little bit sad. Cried a tear, just for a second. There's one of those melee shredders, Greymane, taken out.
Stop false. False side is still up. Not typically a hero you see picked on Battlefield of Eternity, but Roqwell is known to play Falstad on any map, so that's a potential pickup here. I know she's also rocked the Zul'jin as well, so we could be seeing some of that. Breakwood, we could spend like the next 20 minutes listing every hero in the game because it's Breakwood.
There it is, False Daddy coming out once again.
And we have the Rhaegar being picked up by Artemis.
Slinkmeister saying Weenus wants to be held accountable. Oh my god, the puns are amazing.
You're speaking his language.
Oh, no, you're feeding his energy with puns. No! All right, show me some shred. And voila. Oh, Lunar again. Very good.
Yeah, no, I think these are all decent picks if they're looking to do a race. I'm thinking maybe a Twin Blades variant, but maybe we'll see Colossus Smash. They could also talent into Taunt. They'd be giving up a bit of damage and burn on the Immortal, but with the Li Ming there to blow up and the fact that a lot of fights are going to be happening in an area where there's not going to be minions to block that blow up from Li Ming, it's a potential.
Yeah. Oof. Tassadar rolling out the roster here for Salt Sisters. I wonder, I mean Taunt variant makes even a little bit more sense now if you're trying to get to the back line, because Tassadar makes it really hard if you don't have any engage. Track them down and burn them, but I don't
we
know.
could also just see some Colossus Smash come out as well. I feel like Tassadar's going to die pretty quick to that. Also, to know, Varian, really good pick into Artanis and Joanna because of that shield breaking talent at 13.
Oh, good point. And also, like Tassadar, if it goes Acorn, you can break that up too. I hear you do a really good Colossus Smash impression. I would love to hear yours.
I don't think I do. Sonya leap. And not even good. Just
if you
just
did
a
have an impression, what would it sound like?
I don't even know, man.
All right. I'm gonna
now
lean
you're
way
putting
back
me on
from
the
mic.
spot. I'm like, what does it sound like?
I think it sounds like. Oh, that's all I got.
He put me on the spot. I'm like, what does his smash sound like? I don't know.
My neighbors are calling 911. Like, there's weird screaming noises coming from that house.
Well, here we are. Game number 2. Battlefield of Eternity, Salt Sisters on the left-hand side with Breakwood on Tassadar, Valk slays on the Joanna, Roqwell on her false side again, ArtemisHowl picking up the Rhaegar, and we have that TheBecks on Artanis in the top lane here.
And on the right-hand side, we have Mayday with Swyft playing ETC. We have Swyft playing Lunar, Traxex playing Varian, Miss Pussycat playing Li Ming, and Kiyeberries on that end to win.
I don't know if you could even hear that, but I thought it was close enough. Maybe not. I don't know.
Very sultry.
Smoldery.
Felt like maybe we're listening to NPR instead of a Heroes of the Storm cast.
Ooh, all right. Noted. I'm submitting my NPR podcast idea tomorrow.
Power Slide coming out onto the ETC, connecting onto Rhaegar and Falstad. But not really any damage to do anything off of it. But now Kiyeberries is getting chased down by the Joanna and the rest of the team here. She's going to manage to back out. Pussycat putting out a lot of damage on that Li Ming, just poking down team members here. And Slice back in this now.
What's new, Pussycat? Orbs and orbs and orbs. It's my new song. Patent pending. So do you think we're going to see a Bloodlust from ArtemisHowl in this match, or are we going to see Ancestral?
I feel like Bloodlust is definitely potential here. There's not too much that Team Mayday has to disengage. There's no big, counterplay to it from them, like a Gust or a Blind. And they are quite auto-attack heavily. We did have Falstad talent into the Seasoned Marksman at level 1, so that'll pair really nicely with the Bloodlust too, and I'm sure that we're going to see an Archon come out as well, and then of course Artanis is pretty much all auto-attack damages in the top lane, so it should work well.
Heartbreaking.
That poison damage taking down Tassadar back there, not able to live through that, so this does mean that this bottom siege camp is going to be picked up on the side of Team Mayday.
That's the worst feeling as a healer too, when you're standing right next to somebody who is slowly dying to poison, but you can't heal them.
Absolutely.
Oh.
And to be the player as well.
Healer.
You're like,
you're like, heal me, I can't, heal me, I can't, heal me, I want to, I'm sorry. So, let's see.
Salt Sisters are... Oh, no, we didn't. We did have Varian pick up that Twin Blade, so we now know what they're planning to go there. They're going a more burn style here, not looking to blow up off a taunt. Instead, Twin Blades of Fury, ready to chunk down that Immortal with the Lunara and Li Ming damage to back him up.
Absolutely. Getting that early burn. Mayday getting in there, bringing down the Immortal a little bit, but here comes Salt Sisters to defend. Keeping them at bay for a little bit.
Yeah, Artanis and Varian fighting it out in the top part right now, though, as well. Artanis trying to get some burn onto the Immortal up top. But Varian's there to kind of like stop him from doing too much up there, but losing the fight actually. Varian getting kind of low, nice Q here, and we might just see him fall. She is chasing for it, and that is Varian getting picked off.
In the 1v1, Beck's winning out in that scenario.
However, we are into second phase of this Immortal burn, and Team Mayday are all on this, chunking it down right here. Mind you, Li Ming getting low on mana, so that poke is going to kind of fall off here. If they can get in here and zone it off, they do have Artanis burning. They might just possibly be able to do this, but it looks like Lunara gonna flank around, land a Q on the Immortal, and that poison damage coming out again. And it's just gonna be enough to secure that first Immortal in favor of Team Mayday.
Almost able to tag the camp there too, but that might have been a little bit too ambitious and maybe a little bit too spicy. If the members of Salt Sisters saw it, they might come in there and engage on that. But, winning the first Immortal, nice work, Mayday.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit of a challenge in the early game for Team Salt Sisters, just because Team Mayday has so much better Immortal burn, and death timers are so low. So even if they do manage to get like a team wipe, Team Mayday's back up again to just continue burning before they can really put in a lot of work on their own Immortal.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think once we get to 10 for both teams and we see what kind of heroics we're picking up, Salt Sisters might be going on a full-on team fight, especially if they go into sorry, Bloodlust. Sorry, I had a little bit of a hiccup there. My brains gave me nothing.
We do have that top siege camp up, so if either team can get a pick here, they can look to try and take that and get a little bit of pressure in the lane. We do have a power slide connecting onto a couple members of Team Salt Sisters, and now the chase is on. Breakwood having that poison damage on her again. And is she going to live this time? Artemis does manage to heal her up, and everyone's retreating, and it's going to be okay.
You heal me up. with your healing cup. It's time to party, and the fight is going to be over the siege camp up in the top. Valk's is checking it out, but I don't think they really want to go in there. That does not look very welcoming.
No.
In pretty deep.
A little scary here. She already did pop that unstoppable, so she doesn't have anything to keep her up. But now Swyft getting a little bit caught. She's deciding to go to the left. I'm not sure if they know. They do know. There's getting pings for help. She is caught back here. Barrel roll through the wall, and down will go Lunara. That means they'll be able to clear this out without too much pressure on the side of Team Mayday with Lunara being down.
An excellent wall, though, from Breakwood, really splitting up the team of Mayday in that choke point. And I think sometimes the panic just ensues, and you have to run where you can.
Down here, Varian grabbing the siege camp in the bottom lane, Li Ming catching the soak for him, and I don't think anyone knows that's happening. So that's going to be the wave already crashing at the gate, and now a camp to back it up. A little bit of pressure in this bottom lane to have to deal with.
Getting close to 10s as well, about half a level away for both teams. Here comes the turn, and there's a big advantage so far for Salt Sisters on this shred.
Yeah, they were very fast burning that down, but now they're choosing to defend bottom lane really quickly, so it's going to give a little bit of a window here for Mayday to get a bit of burn onto the Immortal without too much danger. But it does look like they're setting up to defend instead. Fighting under the Immortal. I don't know how this is going to play out for them because it looks like they're positioning off it, and they're just going to end up giving this Immortal right now. They do have better race, but not that far behind on Immortal health.
Burn too strong for Salt Sisters. Pick up the second Immortal. Be marching down the, or up, I guess, the top lane. And it looks like we're going to go to a 4-1 split again, sending down Artanis and Varian to the bottom lane, and the rest of all the teams heading up to the top.
Level 10s have been picked up. We do see that Bloodlust being picked up by Rhaegar, Gus from the Falstad, the Suppression Pulse coming out from Artanis, Archon on the Tassadar, and interesting enough, it's not Blessed Shield this time. We're going to see Falling Sword being picked up from this Johanna. So maybe some diving into the back line here, which I'm excited to see. Here we go, Falling Sword coming out, connects onto the ETC, Power Slide coming out from ETC, Leap of Faith saving him. Li Ming trying to put some poke onto the team just to try and get them to back out here.
Very solid push so far with this Immortal for Salt Sisters. Immortal has lost its shield, but still has about 75–80% of its health. We're going to see Salt Sisters back off and see what else they can gain on the map. Maybe put some pressure down in the bottom lane.
Yeah, maybe going for a pick on Varian right now. But I think he realizes what's happening is backed up into safety behind his tower here. Looks like bruisers are getting worked on by Lunara.
Oh, does Artanis see it?
I don't think he does. I think he was going to go soak top, but realizes the lane's too pushed for him to do much up there. I don't think Lunara wants to be doing that by herself anyways with her entire team bottom. She just doesn't have the health pool.
Be very quiet. I'm hunting Lunawas. Worst downward flood impression, go! All right, activated. Very, very, very bad. Slice getting that slide in. There comes the Iron Skin. Slice gonna have to take the long way home.
I need to be careful down here. This is a 5v4 in favor of Salt Sisters. So if they do really want to push this and try to take the engage, they just saw Varian top trying to clear out that pressure. Varian is going for that top camp. There's a chance that Salt Sisters could just say, you know, it's not worth trying to fight under this keep. We could rotate top, and they would be able to catch that Varian on the camp if they knew that, but it looks like they're going to stay and maybe get this bottom siege camp instead. We do have Artanis making a rotation up there, so maybe he'll catch the Varian on the camp. But it's not going to be in time unless you can land a swap.
That would be a swap of faith for sure. Just a blind swapping in there. But if they were able to stall it, it could have been a possible fly-in from Roqwell to get up there and make it a 2v1. But instead, Varian's going to take that camp and move on right along to the Bruiser camp, trying to make up a little bit of that XP as they are back behind by just a tad.
Now
Still only 3 kills, Jazzy.
The Bruiser camp pickup here kind of worked a little bit better for Team Mayday. They waited until Immortal phase to get theirs out, so now we'll be pushing during Immortal, whereas the Bruiser camp on Salt Sisters got cleared out pretty quickly in bottom lane. We do see Rhaegar getting picked off there by the Anduin of all people. And now this is a 4v5. We have the Mosh coming out. No interrupts on that Mosh. 2 members caught in it on the side of Team Salt Sisters. Down goes the Tassadar. Now Joanna being chased down, but ETC getting low as well. Leap of Faith pulls him out. Down goes Joanna, and now Li Ming chasing down the Becks, but she's able to make it out of there, and now Immortal Burn is starting up on the side of Team Mayday, while they still have that Bruiser camp pushing top.
3 for none, and there goes Roqwell saying, hey, I'm gonna mess you up. Taking out that camp that is pushing, but this is gonna be a claimed Immortal here for Mayday, as they won an excellent team fight.
Absolutely.
Good follow-up, Mosh. You love to see everyone dancing in this game, whether they want to or not.
Well, they do have a chance here to try and defend. This is on their side. We have the blind coming out from the Artanis. Just trying to push them off this and try to force them to fight a bit under the Immortal, but without the Immortal taking too much damage here. Bloodlust being used by Rhaegar. Swap lands onto the Varian, and now the Falling Sword connecting onto 3 members of Team Mayday. They're now getting all chased down. We have ETC fall down. Light Bomb being used by Kai, trying to keep herself alive there, but she falls as well. Varian going back in to do what she can to peel, but he's going to get picked off too. But is this going to be for free? We have Valk in the back. Pops are unstoppable, manages to live through that poison damage, and now Team Salt Sisters turning that back around onto Team Mayday, going for that Immortal.
What a huge turnaround play there. I was certain that was going to be Mayday's all day. Salt Sisters coming back and getting that Immortal with 58-60 left and shielding. Oof. Tough. That's tough.
These games are so incredibly close. Just when you think that one team is going to turn it back around, they get shut down again, you know?
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, really Falling Sword setting up that chase, slowing everybody and then pulling everybody in with the Condemn. Kind of setting up Mayday on the shooting gallery for the rest of Salt Sisters to try to push out their damage, and very effective.
Joanna doing what she can in this back line here to try and zone and create some space for her team to continue pushing onto this fort without the risk of an ETC sliding onto them. Then we have the Tassadar wall blocking off Lunara and ETC from getting into their base late beam. Falling Sword connects onto the Lunara, followed up by the Condemn, and she does fall, but now Joe's stuck back here. Pops are unstoppable. This is incredible. She's still managing to live through all this. Her teammates clear the wall. She walks back out, and she's going to survive through this. And on top of that, Mayday falling. 3 members down. They're now pushing onto this keep. Maybe they look to go core here. Swap connecting.
Ban on Johanna, game 1 seems to be paid off. Is she killable? I don't know. Amazing survivability there. And here we are onto the core. The core has already lost the shielding. It's down to 50, and there's still 3 members down from Mayday. Here comes the Gust. And that's it. Wow, what a push there at the end.
Game number 2 going over to Salt Sisters. GG, well played. All right, here we go. We are ready to get into game number 3. We're going to Volskaya Foundry. 2-0 up for Salt Sisters, and every game has been incredibly close. How pumped are you, Venus?
I am so pumped right now. Almost as pumped as you in this clip here.
Into the Boston!
Almost. I'm getting there, though. By popular demand, Plasticine has requested that, and I think she likes it.
That's fantastic. I love it.
Yep. She does.
I feel evil when I hear that clip. We do have the readies in chat, so we can get straight into this game. We're going to Volskaya Foundry, as I said. Game number 3, hoping to see it go to game number 4, so hopefully Mayday can pull out a win here.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, looking at game 4, but also game 5 and game 6. And game 52. I told you we'd get Volskaya. I just had my order wrong.
Yeah, there you go. You weren't wrong. It was just coming later.
That's just incorrect. There's a difference. All right. Is it going to be Chromie? Is it going to be Falstad? Is it going to be Johanna? Is it going to be something else? Where's your money on this ban?
I think we need to see Chromie taken away. I think just because you have to sit on this area, it makes it so easy for her to land her skill shots and just chunk enemy teams down. And, you know, on the side of Salt Sisters, maybe looking to take away that Li Ming now, because we've seen Pussycat rock that 2 games in a row, and she's been just a little bit popping off with that. And then same with Swyft on the Lunara. It seems like their draft is kind of like they know what they're going, they're sticking to it. And so now Salt Sisters can maybe just take those things away, make them play something they're a little bit less comfortable on.
You can ban our Murkies, but you can never take away our freedom.
Traxex not getting an opportunity to play that Murky yet tonight.
It'll be played in Game 5. Here comes second ban. Show me potato salad, Chromie ban. Oh,
Cassia. I'm kind of interesting to see that Cassia is still being banned here, because this last patch kind of knocked her down a notch. She's not really as good as she once was. She was good once.
I was good was as I ever was. Yeah, I need to read through those patch notes. I am behind. Get on it, Weenus.
Yeah, that Surge of Light damage just got a little bit of a nerf there. So yeah. I mean, I'm sure I'm sure in the right hands she's still decent, but it's not like she's this overwhelming force anymore. We do have that Chromie being picked up by Swyft. Interesting. Swyft has been playing Lunara all night, so this is a little bit of a switch up for her here.
Jazzy, if you don't want to ban it, you can just pick it up yourself. There you go.
Absolutely. We still have that ETC up. Something to look for, maybe getting picked up here. As well, they decided not to ban out the Falstad. I don't know if they want to make it through another ban phase, so maybe we'll see Roqwell grabbing that.
Dibbles and bits, and there is Rhaegar again, picked up by Valk and ArtemisHowl. Nice. I really do like that Chromie pickup though, because like you're saying, there's just so much poke you can do onto the points.
Absolutely. Something we could see being picked up here on the side of Team Mayday as well is I know that Pussycat plays a Mean Sylvanas, and having that Merc Queen buff on the turrets in this map is quite useful. But instead we're going to see her pick up her Diva, which is her main. Everybody knows Pussycat is a Diva main, so this is going to bring some interesting play to this game. I'm kind of excited to see who's going to be tanking and who's going to be doing damage. Slice still usually does tank in these games, but I've been seeing her flex onto damage rolls when she's been practicing with her NGS team, so maybe we could see that happening here. We'll just have to wait and see.
Absolutely. Yep. And you know what they say about when people get on their mains, watch out. And like you said, Miss Pussycat on that main, run away. All right, last band coming out. What it gonna be? What it do? There it is. Respect ban.
Absolutely. Taking away that Falstad, making her have to play something else. Now, Roqwell has also played Sylvanas, so that's a pickup she could look to grab here. Zul'jin, she's been known to play as well. Jaina, she's brought out. So it's not like there's not other things she plays. It's just that her Falstad is on a whole other level.
Poppin' Fresh says, mother effing winky face. There it is.
We do see that Sylvanas getting picked up, along with Orphea, another strong pick right now.
Oh, I really like Orphea. Although I didn't see, was there any adjustments in the patch notes to Orphea?
I don't think she was touched.
Because I think she was pretty strong, so I think she's still there.
Right now, too, there's not a lot of disruption for her going in to get her chomps off. I'm expecting... Okay, we have an Arthas being picked up. That's interesting. Yeah, so not really a lot to interrupt her from just chomping all over the place here.
Just chomping at the bit. Heck yes. I guess there's a little bit of CC, like that's kind of like what Orphea's weakness is, right? Getting stuck, getting stunned and rooted. You got Deckard and Arthas. I think if they can land those stuns and roots, it might be able to blow them up. I don't know.
Yeah, but even more, it's having those interrupts on her abilities, like a knockback from ETC. So stuns, yes, but roots, at least she can still chomp and sustain herself through it. Like playing into an ETC or like a Diablo that's gonna like flip you every time you go to chomp or Q you or, you know, stun you or knock you back every time you try to use an ability that's interrupting that ability channel is even more annoying. Here you have like a Diva Boop and Deckard, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I think
Yep.
for them, especially on a skilled player like Breakwood, I think she could maybe have a little bit of fun here.
Yeah, we shall see indeed.
Yeah, chat making a good point as well. We do have that Sonya being picked up by TheBecks, and Roots and Slows don't really do much to her because she can talent into that whirlwind ability that just allows her to pop that and get right out.
Indeed. Indeed.
All right. We are into game number 3 on Volskaya Foundry. On the left-hand side, Salt Sisters up 2 games. We have Valk Slays on the Diablo, ArtemisHowl rocking the Rhaegar, Breakwood on Orphea, Roqwell on Sylvanas, and TheBecks playing Sonya.
And on the right-hand side, we have Mayday, and in a switch of fate, Deckard Cain will be playing the human Kiyeberries, Diva will be playing the human Miss Pussycat, Zul'jin will be playing the human Traxex, Arthas playing the human Slice, and Chromie playing the human Swyft. What a switch up! Slow walk to the mid.
I'm really excited to see what Breakwood does here. I think she could be really annoying. As we can see already, she's not even afraid to step up into them here. She's just landing Qs and chomps all over the place, trying to sustain herself, but she does fall. Pussycat mech's going down as well, but she manages to hit that potion just in time, so she doesn't fall in her little diva pilot form. And that's going to be a 1-for-0 in favor of Mayday.
My goodness, going 5.5 minutes for the first kill in game number 1. Game 3, we're like 30 seconds or bust. We're getting some death in the house. Ooh, up top, Slices is getting rotated on, trying to walk away with the slow steps, and it's gonna get out just fine. Wow.
Yeah,
nice.
it's kind of weird that there's 3 members right now on Mayday in the bottom lane. It looks like Decker just wanted to drop some potions off so that they could go up into a rotation and still have some heals for the Diva, since I believe she already used her tap, potentially.
Interesting. I thought we'd see maybe Diva up in the top lane, but it's going to be Arthas up there for the now, soaking top and then mid.
Well, check this out. Diva doing the invade on the turret camp, pops her mech explosion, is going to be able to secure that camp. But is she going to be able to get the turret without dying? No, the turret does go over to Diablo, but she did steal the XP. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side here, her team is grabbing their turret, so they still have a turret on the side of Team Mayday.
Still turret in hands, absolutely. Yeah, but, you know, Diva being played by Miss Pussycat really just showing off what Diva's all about. Being annoying and getting in people's way and just being there.
I always love to see a good invade on a Diva when you have your mech explosion up. It's just, you got such tight spot to fight over, and people trying to contest a point, they either have to decide to take a ton of damage from the mech explosion or to just give it and lose the XP. They did manage to get that turret though, so at least they have that going for them.
Picking up that sweet Ruby on Deckard. Also going Headhunter there on Zul'jin, looking for some more picks. That early pick is going to help boost a little bit of damage. Still need 4 to go.
A lot of questing talents being picked up on the side of Team Mayday. Chromie also deciding to go with the Dragon's Breath quest at level 1. And Arthas talenting into the quest at level 1 and 4. You can take a look and see those stats in the bottom to see how they're doing.
6 popping first here for Mayday. Here comes the first control point. A in the smack dab in the middle-ish of the map. Both teams posturing over the support camp. Oh, maybe not.
Both teams doing a good job on the macro, like all these games as well. Remembering to get those camps as soon as they come up at 1 minute, grabbing those camps to push during objective. Now, Salt Sisters managed to clear out the camp from Mayday, so they still have to deal with the camp in the top lane. But they did manage to get a good percentage of this objective channeled in the meantime.
It's not just the camp, you also have Sylvanas up there. Roqwell getting some extra push into the lane. Getting the danger pings though. Is it time to leave? Is it time to go to the objective? Already 55% channeled for Mayday.
Still have these turrets too sitting on both sides of the teams to drop down. Valk getting chunked a bit here. Zul'jin just kind of free hitting her, getting stacks off them. Pussycat has that mech explosion that is going to go out on the point. They still have the turret. It goes down on the side of Team Mayday. And they managed to get 2 picks onto Sonya and 1 onto the Diablo, followed up by the Rhaegar. And that's going to be a 3 for, I think, a Diva mech all in all. If they even got that. I think she used her mech explosion. So,
3 for 1.5. Nice.
First Triglav going over to the side of Team Mayday. Let's see what they do with this.
Headed mid for a second. I think they're eventually going to go up top and maybe get a little damage up there, but the wave is pushed, so not going to have any cover from the minions. Swyft working on trying to push that lane back up to the gate. Looking for that well. Might as well.
Yep, pretty standard play here when you get that first Triglav. Go open up the top map because objectives here do spawn in a specific order. So next objective, top lane, you get that fountain down. Takes away the ability for the team to back up and tap and re-engage on the top objective. And if you can get more, bonus.
Bonus time indeed. Sonya doesn't really care. Bex is just soaking up in the bottom. Getting a little push there. Going to try to soak mid, but going to be met there by Diablo and the rest of the team. As the Protector has run out of time, not health.
Absolutely. We can already see this XP lead happening. Level 10's about to be hit for the side of Team Mayday. This is one of those maps where getting that first Triglav just kind of sets you up for success.
Yeah, also the kills that were attained by Mayday also helping get a little bit more XP there. And like you saw at the very beginning, that XP steal on the camp by Miss Pussycat.
Absolutely.
All those things, getting to 10 first. This is a fight that you don't want to take if you're Salt Sisters.
Valk is getting caught out. She does manage to drop that turret, so they're not going to steal that from her. But again, there's level 10s are hit, and we can kind of go over what they've picked here. We have Decker talenting in to stay a while and listen. Diva picking up that big shot. Zul'jin going with Tazdingo. Arthas taking the Syndragosa. Is that what I see there? Yeah, Arthas taking the Syndragosa. So probably looking to shut down the forts and keeps when they push in with the Triglav. And we have Temporal Loop being picked up by Chromie.
Absolutely. On the side of Salt Sisters, they have also hit 10, so they got some heroics coming out. We have Wailing Arrow there on Sylvanas. We have Crushing Jaws there on the Orphea. We have Wrath of the Berserker on Sonya. Bloodlust picked up on Rhaegar. We're still waiting for Diablo. There it is. Apocalypse. Apocalypse now? Apocalypse soon. Savahe losing their crap over Syndragosa. Me too a little bit. I need to clean myself after that. I love to see it.
So to take a minute to notice that Zul'jin sitting at 4 stacks of his Henhunter's quest and 11 stacks on his baseline quest as well.
Getting them stacks on stacks on stacks. There's a flip there onto Slice and a pushback. Here comes the A-Bot. Slice will go down. Here comes the Chomper. It's going to be activating Tazdingo there on Zul'jin. Trying to run. Not going to be able to survive. And that's a double kill going out to Salt Sisters. Nice play.
Yeah, unfortunately, just getting a little bit caught out, overextending there in the mid lane, and that's going to be them kind of turning the tides here again. So just when you think that maybe Mayday is kind of taking control of this match, it's turned around. And it looks like they're going to do a push onto top lane. Open that up, get that fountain down, and maybe even the fort here as well, just to have a little bit more of an advantage after this Triglav. It's also nice to get the fort early because it means you're more than likely just going to take that Triglav straight bottom to open up bottom lane for the following objective as well.
Swyft connecting with some huge sand damage. Slice popping the Syndragosa and going in deep. Leading the charge.
Orphea getting caught here. Here comes Diva with the flank. She does have that mech explosion. Popping that, trying to get someone in it. We have the root connecting onto 2 members. Are they going to make it out? It just hits ArtemisHowl. Not enough to kill her. Roqwell looking to escape here. Just manages to dodge that big shot. And the TheBecks and Diablo now getting caught. And once again, this game's starting to turn in favor of Mayday.
Spinning to win, not quite enough. Sonya goes down. Valk slays trying to get away. Goes back in for a charge to try to change direction, but the red tide surrounds, and Mayday gets another kill onto Diablo.
Such a good pick to get on Diablo in this moment. He did have his full souls, so now he's not going to have souls for this next objective. They could also look to maybe grab their turret camps here on the side of, well, not their turret camp, but Salt Sisters' turret camp. But instead, it looks like they're just going to push and do what they can here. Salt Sisters are picking up their turret. There is a turret up and available on the side of Mayday, but it seems like they're just going to go sit on objective and start channeling that.
Gotta build back those souls on Diablo to get chonky again. It's gonna be a little while before that happens, but look at the top. There's a big push coming out from Mayday on the point, and also getting some damage on that top fort.
You gotta love how close this game is right now, with like both their forts in the top lane being exactly in health and structures pretty even everywhere else on the map. Mind you, Mayday a little bit up on XP, and Diablo now without his souls, I feel like these fights are gonna be a little bit easier for Mayday to deal with. Pussycat does have that mech explosion up now.
Salt Sisters can delay for a little bit if they want to. But they
Diablo
want to fight 16.
Diving in onto the Zul Jin, but it's not quite working out. We do have the Cinder Grossa being popped, and now Diva in the back line getting chased down by the Sonya. She does fall, as well as Deckard being picked off there.
Oh, stay a while, and Beck's getting low. Look at all these potions that are still around. But still, it's a 3v5. Slice taking a lot of damage, will not make it out. Traxex now running. Swyft taking a lot of damage. There's another kill. Oh, there's the Tazdingo saving Zul'jin from death. But here comes Sylvanas. Roqwell wants that kill. It's a team wipe. Down goes the top fort. Big plays by Salt Sisters.
Absolutely. Every time you think that Mayday has just got their footing and is starting to turn this game around, they're just back in the face and win these team fights. And I don't know, it's crazy. It's so back and forth. I want Mayday to bring us to a game 4 so bad.
16's me as well. 16's popping for Salt Sisters first right about now, but not too far behind for Mayday. And this game is certainly not over either. Just gotta regroup a little bit. Get that 16, find a good fight, and you're back in it.
Diva getting caught out here again. Didn't manage to get her mech explosion out, so now she's kind of caught out here without a mech to call up, and she does fall. Maybe just creating a little bit of space for them to try and get down this protector. Now, the nice thing, though, about having a protector is it's very easy stacks for Zul'jin if he's careful about it. It gives him a nice big target for him to hit and stack off of, because he is still working on that baseline quest, currently sitting at 25 stacks. Cinder Grossa popped by Slice for trying to escape here, but she is getting caught out, and I have a feeling we're going to see her fall, but not without a chase.
On the wrong side of the map. Oof. All right. Seems like Salt Sisters has found their footing here, and they're going in for more kills. There's Tazdingo popped again. It's about to expire. Down comes the AFOC. Traxex is still running a huge stay a while and listen from Deckard. Nice. Won't save the fort, but it definitely helps the rest of the team get out. Here comes the mech bomb.
Rewind being used here on the Becks. She's going to get caught on the root, but it doesn't matter because you're going to pop that whirlwind and keep on going here. All camps are up on the map, so you might just see teams back up now and do what they can to cover the map. We do have Rhaegar and Sylvanas getting quite low on mana, so it's about time to just back up and take what they got.
Roqwell's going to spend what mana they have left, take this camp down, and then going to go back to base. You might as well get the camp first anyways. Also, do have the fortification camp picked up by Salt Sisters down on the bottom. And here comes Mayday picking up their turret as well. Nice zoning there by Slice, getting a lot of vision out there, making sure they don't get invaded. And once again, another camp support camp getting picked up by the Salt Sisters.
So this is going to be a little bit more difficult now for Mayday going forward, trying to win these objectives, because they have those periodic catapults spawning in the lanes now that they're going to have to eventually go back to deal with if they ignore lanes for too long fighting over an objective.
That's right, the pressure will amount in those lanes. Even though there's only a sliver of health left in the top and mid fort for Salt Sisters, it still creates that extra pressure. And that's going to be a pain for Mayday to deal with. They're going to have to keep an eye on that and make sure that it doesn't push in onto their keeps.
Yeah, and on top of that, Salt Sisters still has their bottom well up. So into next objective, they have that little bit of advantage being able to back up and get mana and health without having to full back to their base.
Lanes are pretty far pushed. Salt Sisters down the top, mid, and bottom. So there's not a whole lot of XP to grab right now. Camps are still on cooldown, so a little bit of trying to figure out what to do. Looking for 20s though. Salt Sisters can get 20 before the next.
Diablo is deep in there, pops the APOC. It does not connect with any members. We do have the Stale While Listen connecting onto quite a few members of Team Salt Sisters. Slice now in the backline, just getting chunked down, and there's no heals for her here. The potions come out, but not quite enough to keep her up. Now Pussycat stuck in the back, pops her mech explosion. She's going to make it out. Breakwood getting chased down here now by the Zul Jin. They do manage to get the kill onto her, but she made sure to drop that turret before she went down here. So that's a 2-for-1 in favor of Team Mayday. Is this where they start to turn this around again?
It could be. I didn't see exactly when it happened, but Headhunter is complete as well. So there we go. I'm not sure, but they will have the advantage for this first control point channel if they decide to go down there. They do have a little bit of XP to try to make up, as it's about half a level away for Salt Sisters to hit the
Diva getting caught again here. She does have that pilot dash now, though, and this is going to be a 4v3 if they continue to chase her here. They might be able to catch this Diablo. Gets caught in the Deckard Dorito. Here comes the temporal loop from Chromie. Combo onto him, but doesn't quite work out the first time, but second loop because he took the level 20 upgrade, and here he goes. Got the kill on Diablo. And once again, that's his souls picked off, so a little bit less of a chonky Diablo going into this last, or not last, but next objective.
Second time, sometimes the second time is the charm, and the channel has been started. Diablo, like you said, had full souls. They are already back up.
Level 20s.
Fortification camp, yeah.
Level
20s
20s.
for Salt Sisters.
You have Storm Shield being picked up by the Rhaegar there, so a little bit more help in these team fights. Still waiting on the level 20s from Sylvanas and Diablo, but level 20s now hit on the side of Team Mayday. Stale While and Listen upgrade, Tazdingo upgrade, Big Shot upgrade. And now a big team fight, Bloodlust being popped. APOC comes out, connects onto two members of Team Mayday, and Orphea is just in there cleaning up now. Kai doing what she can to try and keep everyone alive. She's popping those rubies, keeping herself alive in the process too. We have the mech explosion, it does go off. Meanwhile, Trax is just chasing down the Breakwood. Breakwood getting really low, and Miss Pussycat managing to pop that mech explosion and get back into her mech before they get to pick onto her. So now this is a 2-for-1 in favor of Team Mayday. They're now chasing down the TheBecks. She's trying to spin to win, but it's not working for her. She does fall. And this can be Mayday trying to turn this game around right here. They're going to get this trick glove.
And big respawn timers on the side of Salt Sisters. Nice fight there for Mayday. Let's see what they can do with it. They still have quite a bit to channel. There's still some camps to be picked up, and it looks like Sylvanas is going to start that up there with Rhaegar. Top fourth, though, so close to falling.
Absolutely. And we've seen Miss Pussycat do like a split push diva stuff the entire game, so I think we can expect her to be causing havoc in the other lanes now when there's these openings and we have members of Salt Sisters dead. She needs to make sure that she doesn't get picked off, though, and start to stagger deaths for her own team while they have an advantage here. She is very close to having that mech explosion, so it will be pretty easy for her to try and secure these top and mid keeps with that up. They did manage to get the bottom fort on the side of Salt Sisters, so they open that up for that Triglov that they now have to push in here. Sonya coming up in just a few seconds here, so this will be a 5v5 on the defense here. I'm not sure if they're confused about who's getting into it or what they're doing here.
They are burning time, so you better hop in soon. There it goes. You can see Diva and Chromie hop on into the Protector.
I expect a Syndragosa to come out here in a second to shut down this keep and let the Triglov wreak some havoc.
There it
and
goes.
Here we come, Syndragosa hitting a couple members of Team Salt Sisters. Salt Sisters being quite aggressive on their defense here. Roqwell getting chunked down a little bit. We do have the keep shut down from the Syndragosa, so they're trying to get as much as they can done here. The TheBecks is in the back line just spinning to win. And we have the Bloodlust come out as well, followed by the APOC. Stale While Listen coming out, connecting onto all members of Team Salt Sisters. And now the TheBecks getting hit down in the back line. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to survive through this, but it looks like she's making it out okay. Diablo now stuck in the back. We have the Deckard root connecting onto him, and now Traxex just focusing him down, doing what they can to try and secure a kill onto him. Maybe even look to get the game here. Mech explosion coming out from Diva. APOC once again, second time in this fight coming out. They did get that kill onto Diablo, who did not have a soul, so he's not coming back back to this fight anytime soon. They're now looking at maybe TheBecks with that temporal loop landing on her, followed up by the root. But Chromie... Orphea's doing quite a lot here, chunking them down and getting too low. They're not going to be able to finish here, but a very good defense coming out on the side of Salt Sisters.
Even though they lost a couple, still they saved the game. They saved their core. It was a good push though by Mayday. They own this camp. I don't think.
Breakwood's getting caught here. We have the cleanse coming out onto her to keep her alive. Potions and rubies keeping Slice up. Pussycat trying to chase her down, but not quite enough damage to do anything. Sometimes it just.
There's a camp. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say there's a camp pushing top for Salt Sisters this whole time, and now it's on the keep.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't think they'll lose their keep here. I'm sure Diva's gonna go clean that up. But I was gonna say, doesn't it just feel like sometimes Diva is just tickling you and doing nothing?
In the worst way. You're like, you're not much of an annoyance. They get you down to like 30% health, and then it just makes you mad, and then you go chase Diva, and then they just pop out of their mech, pop into another one, and you're just infuriated. You're like, we gotta kill Diva, and they're just there to cause you a whole bunch of trouble.
All members of Team Salt Sisters up and available. I'm interested to see if they're going to make a rotation onto this biotic emitter, but I don't think they're going to do it. Instead, they're picking up their siege camp in the top lane. So this is a turret, 2 turrets and a biotic emitter on the side of Mayday going into this next objective, and a keep already secured in the bottom lane, meaning they have that catapult, constant catapult pressure to clear out for next objective.
Mayday picking up all the toys, as you mentioned, so they're gonna play with those for the next objective. But really, the next team fight where, you know, more than 2 heroes go down on one side, I think it could be game ending. We are late in, and there's win opportunities both in the top for the Salt Sisters and definitely in the bottom for Mayday.
4's in chat if you want this to go to a game 4. 6.
We're 6. 6 games or buzz. Midfort going down.
Yeah, great pickup here. They managed to get that healing fountain, so they don't have that going into this next objective. We're back to mid for the next Trig Glove. Yeah, like you said, this is anyone's next fight. I mean, things you could look to do potentially on the side of Salt Sisters is force a fight before objective, make them use those items, and then just back up. If you can get those turrets and biotic emitters used, and then have an even fight on the objective where everybody has items. Now, here's interesting. Diva right here, ready to invade this camp. It's coming up in 3 seconds. They have 2 turrets and a biotic emitter and a mech explosion up and ready to invade this camp. So they need to be careful because this is not a good spot to fight in. But I was so hoping they were going to get vision there. It would have been such a good fight.
Look how set up Mayday is, though, with the potions, with the time traps, everybody where they need to be. This is going to be a tough invade from Salt Sisters.
Pussycat getting caught down here. She didn't manage to get her mech explosion out, so she needs to get her mech back up. Manages to hit the big shot onto a few people, but not. But Diablo falls in the process. The heals and turrets are out here to help support side of Team Mayday. And now they're just trying to bring it. Roqwell getting caught out here. She's going to fall here as well. Unkillable, or the Tazingo coming out, and it's going to heal him up. And now 3 members of Team Salt Sisters are down to the 1 on side of Team Mayday. So this is just another opportunity. We're maybe going to go to game 4 here. This is going to be their Trig Glove to take unless Breakwood really pulls some amazing plays together.
There it is. There's the team wipe. I believe Salt Sisters, they had some members drop, and they're like, we don't care. We're in it. We're in it. We got to fight for the rest of it. And here it comes. Mayday picking up the Trig Glove Protector, heading down to the bottom lane. We're going, I think, going to game 4.
I'm so excited. I'm so glad that Mayday managed to pull this out.
Absolutely. So close in games 1 and 2. And now Diablo's up in 7 seconds, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, there's no way.
Totally not going to be enough. You got Zul'jin fully stacked on the core with the Trig Glove Protector at level 24. This is GG's. Well played to Team Mayday, bringing us to game number 4 in our best of 5 series. I'm so freaking excited. We are ready to get into game number 4 of our best of 5 series, going to Alterac Pass. Here we are, going to the draft. Did I hear that right? 35 games, 47 games. Can we keep this going?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, like day 3, like Venus hasn't slept. Like the CDC came to my house because they're like, it smells really bad in here. I'm like, I'm so moist, I can't help it.
And we want to have voices by the end of it. Just hear like the
It's
most wispiest.
ASMR.
casting.
There's the chords at 5, 4, 3. Oh my god, it's done. It's over.
All right, that Murky band coming out again from Salt Sisters. Once again, shutting down the Traxex Murky main.
Hit the tracks. Seconds. No, like I said, Murky is going to be played game 5, so stay tuned.
Chromie,
the follow-up Chromie ban, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It's been being picked on both sides, and I don't think anyone wants to deal with it anymore. I think this last patch has definitely put her in a much better spot now. So I don't blame them for taking that away. Denying the diva.
Enough of the winky face. No more. Diva and Murky, 2 of the top heroes who can bother your team the most. And they're also like the other hero I'd put in that category is Nova. Like Nova's the hero that you want to chase and try and kill just as much as Murky and Diva.
Yeah, it really seems like Salt Sisters are just out for blood now. They are playing no games here, target banning mains on the side of Mayday, not even going through and letting the any slight chance of them getting something that can, you know, turn the favor for them here.
Ghost Bear saying, they salty. Indeed. And spicy, because is salt a spice? Would you consider salt a spice? No?
Consider salt a spice.
Would
Wait,
you consider
do you
pepper
consider
a spice?
salt as no?
Okay, maybe I need to rethink about how I think about spices. I'll get back to you on that, sorry.
I'm trying to think of like an equivalent. It's like
Salt is a mineral.
I don't know.
Pepper is a spice. This
It's
Ghost
like
Bear.
it's like the water of seasonings. I don't know. It's like the bare minimum.
Is salt really on the periodic table?
Iodine.
I'm so dumb. I am
Is that
so dumb.
I don't know.
I
Me
should know
too.
that.
I don't remember that shit. Sodium. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god. Back to the draft. Sorry.
What?
Look,
This is turning into a
has,
chemistry class. I don't know anything about chemistry.
look at this. Arthas and Deckard have swapped sides in the biggest coup of Game 4 yet.
Oh my goodness. Pussycat picking up that Li Ming again. She's played this a couple times tonight already.
Diablo swapping sides as well. Everyone's just playing each other's draft from last game. To Seder, see you later, buddy.
We did have that Cassie picked up after being banned all night tonight. She is managing to slip in a Cassie game. Roqwell picking that up. Opting for Cassio over Falstad because that's still up as well, so she could have gone that.
Let's see that Sassia get played and cause some trouble here.
I feel like every time someone bans a healer from Kai, she just has like I just imagine her going like, "Ha, you think you can ban me out?"
I have all the healers. Yeah, like an evil healer. That's glorious. I love that concept.
She does pick up that Anna, which is going to be great paired with the Li Ming. Give her a nano boost and watch her pop off. Popping off Miss Pussycat.
I think that's my new ska band. No, that doesn't really quite work. But popping off Pussycat does sound like a really nice band. So you can thank me later, and if it doesn't work out, Yes! Stab Daddy! That was quite a wail. I tried to push it higher, and my voice was like, nope, that's as high as you get. You're just gonna sound like a goat.
Just really excited to see that Imperius being picked up by TheBecks. Orphea being picked up by Breakwood again. Excited to see her bring that out in this match here. Now, Swyft, also a Falstad main, if you guys don't know. She has quite a few games on Falstad. I even think her Falstad might be higher level than Roqwell's.
A drafting betrayal.
Traxex.
That Zool.
Yeah, we saw her bring Zool out earlier tonight, so maybe this time gonna make it work again because it definitely turned pretty well for them on Towers of Doom. They didn't end up winning that game, but they brought it down right to the last altar, a fight over the last altar. Her Poison Novas were absolutely devastating. So maybe she can make this work again here.
Absolutely. I have a confession. Every time I see Traxex, I think of Moose Trax, the ice cream, and it makes me want that ice cream.
That is my go-to ice cream.
Like, I think you have to like it being Canadian, right? Because it has moose in the title.
Oh yeah, it's that or some kind of maple ice
It's
cream.
about patriotism at that point. Oh my, here we go.
Game number 4 of our best of 5 series between Salt Sisters and Mayday. We are going to Alterac Pass, and on the left-hand side, we have the Salt Sisters with Valk playing the Arthas, Roqwell on Cassia, ArtemisHowl on Deckard, Breakwood on Orphea, and TheBecks on the Imperius.
And on the right-hand side, Team Mayday. We have Kiyeberries playing Anna, Slice playing Diablo, Swyft playing Falstad, Traxex eating ice cream on Zool, and Miss Pussycat playing Li Ming. Slow entry to the mid. It's a bunch of horses neighing. Oh my goodness.
All right, a little bit of little scuffle happening here in the mid fight. Zool already positioning in the top lane to maybe get some extra soak and cut off the rotation, deny some XP. Looks like TheBecks going up now to try and match him and grab the XP before it's too late.
Love Imperius. Doesn't have a whole lot of wave clear, but definitely in team fights can bring a whole lot of pain.
Absolutely. It looks like they're going to try and get a pick on a Breakwood here. Q going out, connecting, flips her over, but the sleep just doesn't quite connect, and she is able to get out of there. Valk now here to back her up, and Slice kind of low.
It is a 3v2 though, or sorry, excuse me, a 4v2, so I don't think Slice is in a whole lot of trouble. As that, when you got friends at your back healing you up, I think you're in good hands here. They are going to get some pressure though, pushing down onto the front wall of the bottom court.
Yeah, here's the thing though, they're having so much resources in the bottom lane. I'm hoping that they don't end up missing soak between their mid and top. I see Zool's doing a rotation between them, but because everyone's bottom too, they're missing the opportunity to grab this siege camp before objective comes up, and then have it up again before they need to do objective. So this entire time, Salt Sisters are getting their camp out right now. Deckard and Cassie are on that. So that's going to be up and available right around objective.
And, you know, the siege camps on this map so fast, a minute and a half, so you can just like keep picking those up over and over and over and over.
Absolutely.
Keep picking up those camps. As long as you take it though, Diablo, not the fastest camp taker, gonna get a little bit of help from their friends.
Got a lot of resources going into taking this camp, leaving lanes unsoaked. 4 members over here grabbing that camp. Meanwhile, the camp on the side of Team Salt Sisters is already pushed up onto the front gates of their mid fort.
Sometimes it's a little bit of an advantage to take it after the enemy team has taken their camp, but in this case I think it was just maybe not quite the right people on the camp, but their camp is in the lane now, and it looks like they're not going to support it and try to pick up that soak in other lanes instead.
Just wanted to take a look at those level 1 talents. Falstad is going seasoned marksman, so he's stacking up that quest line. Cassia's also taking Q, her Q stack there, Thunderstroke.
Thunderstroke!
So she's looking to stack those up as well. Currently sitting at 6 stacks, and seasoned marksman at 6 stacks as well.
Poor Kiyeberries trying to keep Miss Pussycat from going back and healing her up all the way, and then ended up going back anyways. But here's back in the bottom again. 3 members pushing that lane in against the bottom fort wall. Objective is up.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. The camp on the side of Salt Sisters is back up. They're on their way over there to take that. So now they're going to have to deal with clearing a camp and defending objective at the same time on the side of Team Mayday.
F is for friendship.
Are starting that channel. 1 interrupt from Arthis. He's looping around to try and interrupt it again, but he needs to be careful because his team's not quite in position to help him out here if he gets caught. All 5 members of Team Mayday sitting here ready to take this fight and channel this objective.
Great interrupt, but it won't last forever there as Mayday gets the first channel and it starts. Who's Imperious? Beck's missing that stab, but here comes the rest of the team. See if they can push them back off.
Kiyeberries is getting chased down by Breakwood, who's now in the back line. They're now focusing her down. She's getting quite chunked. Falstad on her, trying to secure the kill, looping around, trying to flank her. Still in there trying to get her, but it didn't quite work out, and they did manage to secure the camp back. Miss Pussycat needs to be careful now. She's in the back line, teleport to try and get out. Slice peeling for her a bit, but also getting caught up in a little bit of a fight here. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we have Traxex and Falstad clearing out that camp, and they do have their camp up now on their side.
Yeah, if they do choose to go for that camp, they got to try to do it secretly so that Salt Sisters don't get too bold in trying to take the objective. But look at that advantage. Only 10 seconds left needed for Mayday to complete that channel, so they are very far ahead in that race.
Bex looking for a stun, doesn't quite connect. Now Slice is in there. Sleep lands onto Bex, followed up by the Bone Prison, and she's getting quite chunked here. Potion, but doesn't matter because Anna used her Biotic Grenade, and that's going to cause her not to be able to heal for a second here. She's just backing up. This is now a 4v5 for a moment while she goes to tap.
8's online.
Bex back in here, lands a stun onto Li Ming, and now chasing down the Li Ming. But here's Kai keeping her alive. Breakwood trying to go in to secure the kill, but getting chunked down herself from the Li Ming orbs, and now Traxex in the mid and Swyft getting chased down. But we do see Anna fall. The fight there so split.
Short respawn timers, though, and Anna will be back online in 12 seconds. Here comes the channel from Salt Sisters as it's their turn to start getting the channel going. 25 seconds for a complete channel, and that should be plenty of time for a re-engage by Mayday if they choose to do so.
Yeah, the other thing that I was wondering if Miss Pussycat would try to do is backcat, but Deckard is keeping vision of that area. So there is no minions over there, so they could have tried to do that. Slice going in for the stun onto the Arthis. Now it looks like they're going to re-engage, try to get that objective back, and they did manage to secure that, so the channel's done on it, and the Beck's getting quite low here. They do get a pick off to her, so that's recess for Li Ming, and now they're chasing them down. Slice getting kind of low, but Kai quite healthy in the back line, keeping everyone alive.
Now with a 5v4, Miss Pussycat is going to get the channel in here, and it looks like this first objective is going to go over to Mayday, but getting low on Slice, having to back on up. Trax is getting low as well.
Orb's just in that tight little choke there, just hitting everyone. I was just waiting for them to think that they could maybe secure that kill and then get deleted. But they knew, they backed up, and this will be the first objective going over inside in favor of the side of Team Mayday.
That's it. Tight little choke there. That is definitely my goth cover band. Perfect. We made it. And there it is. And there's the channel as these cavalry units are making their way in the top, middle, and bottom lanes.
We do have Zool in the bottom lane pushing that down, and level 10s are now hit for the side of Team Mayday. So this is going to be a good push. We have the nano boost coming out from Anna, and there goes Pop. APOC comes out on Diablo, connects onto the Deckard. I'm just hoping they can maybe secure a kill here, but even if they can't, this is tons of pressure, and this fort will be falling.
At this point, I don't know. I think this fort is kind of lost. And I might want to. I guess it looks like Mayday is just going to try to pick it up a little bit, like poke it down and then get out. But it is a 4v2 now at this point. I think they should be able to finish it off.
Yeah,
they do have 10s as well.
Absolutely. They're going to get this fort. They're still going to have that level 10 advantage momentarily. We do have just other talents to note here. Wave of Force being picked up by the Li Ming, as well as Poison Nova from the Zool, and Mighty Gust being picked up by Falstad. So she does have this Gust to zone them off this boss call right now. Mind you, level 10s are up and available on the side of Team Salt Sisters, and they're going to have all of their ults available if they chose to fight here. So Valk did check that, and they have vision of it, and the rest of the team's rotating to stop that. Zool is just keeping up with the double soak, so I don't think we're going to see any fights here. Just kind of like a presence to try and distract them from Zool's split pushing.
Yeah, no, it's a good strategy because Mayday can keep the boss from getting claimed while they're getting that soak from Zool in the bottom lane and maybe in the mid as well. So it works out well for Mayday with this current split. But Imperius decides that they need to go get that mid soak, and so now we're going to see a 5v4 reversal as Syndragosa comes out.
Syndragosa once again being picked. Yeah, so they're going to have those fort walls and the fort itself shut down from the Syndragosa. Sail While and Listen coming out, connecting onto 3 members of Team Mayday, followed up by the Orphea crushing Jaws. Artemis getting really low in this back line here. They need to be really careful. Miss Pussycat looking to try and secure some kills and get those resets. Lots of targets for her to do that on, and it does happen onto the Orphea, so here she goes. Potential opportunity to pop off. Pop off,
Whoa.
Pussycat.
Pop, pop, pow! Yeah, Orphea getting blown up quite quickly, and down goes Arthas. And this is a full-on retreat here for Salt Sisters, as that fight did not go in their favor, but well played by Mayday, getting that kill there. And now they are free to take the boss at their leisure. And we do have the prisoners popping up, objective in 5 seconds, down in the bottom lane.
I'm a little antsy for game 5. I don't know about you, but it looks like so far Mayday's doing exactly what they need to do to bring this series to a game 5. Let's hope they continue this trend because these games are so fun to watch.
I do see it. Yeah, I agree. And we'll see what happens. We do see Traxex and Miss Pussycat go and Hearth back. Maybe going down to the bottom boss and trying to take that as well. Or maybe the objective, taking a little pit stop in the mid, get that soak, push back that lane a little bit. But 13's online for Mayday with that talent tier advantage.
Does look like they're just going to go defend the boss and maybe get some channel on this objective because, well, they've been fighting it all out. Objective did come up.
Channel has started. There is a camp moving mid for Salt Sisters, so they're going to get a little bit of value out of that as it's not currently being defended by Mayday. But obviously getting this objective would create quite a bit of push for Mayday in the lanes once again. Bottom fort taking a little bit of damage.
Yeah, well, we've seen Traxex do this split push a lot with her Murky, and now she's doing it with Zool in this game. She's going to manage to get that forward. In the meantime, Falstad clearing up mid, and the rest of the team managing to get out safely, but still secure most of objective channel. They did manage to stop that channel. APOC coming out, connects onto Valk. She's getting caught, and she just gets blown up. Poison Nova comes out, connects onto a few members of Team Salt Sisters. The Sail While and Listen coming out to peel for them, but Deckard in a little bit of trouble now. Pussycat securing the kill, and she's popping off once again, and they're going to be able to channel this objective and get the camps going here.
There it goes. Objective secured. Yes. Cavalry units will once again be marching for Mayday.
What do we call these things? The cavalry, I guess.
I don't know. The dudes on the horses and the things and the wolves and stuff. I don't know. The mounted units. Getting in position, Mayday is going to try to bust down the mid fort first, and then that will let them kind of spread out the rest of the push. Hopefully trying to get some damage on one of these keeps, but here comes the defense from Salt Sisters, and they might have to back up just a tad before they re-engage.
Team Mayday a little bit splitting their forces here. A couple people mid and a couple people bottom. So I'm interested to see how they get value out of this objective right now. Does look like Falstad getting caught here. Blows her gust, but doesn't quite connect onto Beck, so she's still a little bit in danger, but her team's rotating down. Slice now queuing in behind the wall. So much CC following up and catching her and Traxex in the middle of it. Sleep goes out onto her, and she does fall. Traxex now looking to retreat. Pussycat getting caught in there, and they are turning this around. Gust is down. They have no disengage. They are able to just chase this down now, especially if Orphea can continue to hit her skill shots. But we have an amazing sleep coming out from Kiyeberries. Roqwell closing the distance with her fend. It's getting a little tight here whether they're going to be able to make it out, but like I said, that Gust is down, so another stun, and they could be in trouble, but they are back behind safety of their fort wall. Meanwhile...
Oh, go ahead.
Go,
sorry.
no. Go, you go.
Oh, I was just going to... We were going to say the same thing. Meanwhile, during that distraction of a chase, the top keep almost goes completely down, getting some value from Mayday in the top lane. And that keep is just barely holding on.
Yeah, it won't take much I mean, you have a Li Ming just kind of peek over there and throw an orb missile combo, maybe take it down. Both teams picking up their siege camps now. Very tough spot for Team Salt Sisters to come back from. All of their forts down here. Potentially a keep as well.
Yeah, I would like to see them get 16 and then maybe look for another fight to take to where they can get some value, maybe bottom boss and a camp and the objective. But they do have to hit 16s because you don't want to fight down that talent tier if you don't have to, and they're so close. It's just something that they should pick up, and they are going to.
The nice thing, though, about this map is even if you do lose a keep, the core regenerates. So if you have a little bit pressure on your core, and it also clears really well. So if you have a little bit of pressure on your core because you lost a keep, it's not the biggest deal in the world, although it can become a big deal if, you know, you end up losing objective and the lane's completely pushed forward and ready to go.
I agree.
Slice maybe getting caught here. There's a nice rotation coming out from the team Salt Sisters.
Oof. Trying to play with that keep might spell the end for Slice. The Slice goes down. Will not be responding for another 45 seconds. And here's the objective.
Yeah, a little risky of a play to be made there. Kind of unfortunate because this does give Salt Sisters an opportunity to come in here and kind of turn the game around now. She doesn't have her souls either, so didn't even really have the health to sustain through doing something like that. Currently sitting at 15 stacks on her souls.
Salt Sisters, though, are emboldened by their takedown of Diablo. They're going to work on this boss, get some lane pressure, try to push back in the bottom a little bit, and at that point, probably go to the objective. Falstad going up to the top. Swyft going to take down this keep, secure that. Boss going down, and the objective has been started also by Mayday. So Salt Sisters got to get this bottom boss and then boogie on up there.
I like the call from Mayday here. I think that like they managed to secure keep, and now pretty much halfway through channel of objective here, and Diablo's back up in the time it took them to get a boss. That's just going to be cleared by a fort in the bottom lane. Boss isn't really doing much for you here. They're not going to defend it. They have an entire fort to eat the boss. And even if the boss makes it through that, there's then a keep. So it doesn't really do much. Grabbing objective, probably a little bit more helpful here.
Syndragosa coming out in a great disengage of Gus coming out from Swyft. Ooh, trying to get that channel canceled, and it is canceled, but it only has 6.6 seconds left. And Mayday, since they have all the pressure, they can just drop back and choose the engage at their own whim.
They do have a siege camp that they could also look to pick up if they wanted to do that, but it kind of maybe looks like they're going to look for the engage. Falstad getting caught, almost gets stunned by the Imperious, but Diablo interrupting it, and now Giant stay a while and listening. Crushing Jaws coming out from the Orphea, looking to try and secure some kills here. Poison Nova connecting onto so many members of Team Salt Sisters. Just have that taking damage going on. Looking for the resets. They do manage to get that kill onto Arthas. Rest of the team looking quite low here as Anna manages to heal everyone up. Very healthy health bars on the side of Salt Sister. Mayday now looking at Orphea, and she's going to go down here as well. Artemis stepping up. Hopefully she can get out here, but it looks like Slice is ready. We have the stun going out onto Zool. They're paying Zool like they maybe can get that target, but Slice is all over in the back line, just zoning the entire damage and healer out of this. They do manage to get the kill onto her. Now it's a 2 for 2 in this team fight.
Big shish kebab there by Bex, securing that kill onto Diablo. And it looks like a channel is going to start, and I don't think it can be interrupted. It's a long way to go, though, for Salt Sisters to get this channel. And look at all the pressure in the mid and in the top lane. That's something that Salt Sisters is going to have to deal with eventually, but this objective would definitely help do that for sure.
Yeah, we have another 30 seconds before Diablo is up to join this fight again, and unfortunately all members of the Salt Sisters now up, so I have a feeling that this is going to be a rough one for Mayday to try and win now. At least the objective, not the game.
This is what Salt Sisters needs to get back in this game, try to get some additional damage to these structures, and wow, what a pick there onto Li Ming. Woo! Swyft in trouble. Will they get rooted? They will, and that's going to be, oh, wow, the heals coming out from Ana. Swyft will survive. That was a close one.
Yeah, no, I think if I was on the side of Mayday, I would say, okay, let's play it safe. We're not all going to be up on time to actually win objective, but we're going to hit level 20 first, and we can defend with a level 20 talent tier advantage. Now they're down Li Ming and have to wait another 30 seconds because I staggered those deaths again. So this is going to give Salted Sisters an opportunity to push with this objective and get some value being up a player.
If I was Salt Sisters, I'd quick take this mid fort and then maybe work on trying to get a counter keep down maybe in the bot lane. Maybe push this 5 down there after securing that. But let's see what they think is most important, and let's see what kind of defense Mayday can put up against this 18-minute objective.
Li Ming spawning in 5 seconds here, so it's going to be a 5v5 in just a moment. We have the Cindergosa coming out, shutting down the keep. TheBecks is in there trying to land stuns. We have the Crushing Jaws come out to connect onto the Diablo to eat all the damage here. He does take that Link out and now pops the APOC, connecting onto the Imperious, who's back in there, cues him in, tries to stun him off the keep, but just misses. Stay a while and listen coming out. Doesn't quite connect onto any members of Mayday, and they pretty much got this mid lane cleared out now.
We got a lot of damage there into the front wall of the mid keep, so good work there. I guess the bottom might not have been the best play after all, since the creep wave was so far pushed back. But here's the rotation from Salt Sisters going up into the top lane, looking to get at least one more fort out of this push, if they can.
Level 20s are now hit on the side of Salt Sisters, so we are fighting on equal talent tiers now. So once again, this is just coming right down to the end game. It could be anyone's game here.
Yeah, absolutely. Only one keep difference. Salt Sisters setting up on this boss. It looks like they're baiting it. It's like they're just waiting. And this could be
so excited.
Fight!
Valk kind of signaled that they're there, trying to land the root onto Miss Pussycat. Didn't quite connect. Sleep goes out onto him, followed up by the Li Ming combo. So half his health just taken down right there. Keep in mind, ults are now starting to come back online for both teams here.
Yeah, this could be a very spicy fight. Both teams not fully committing yet, thinking about what they want to do.
I'm so scared Pussycat keeps stepping up. I'm worried she's going to get rooted and just blown up with all the CC and combos that they have here.
Oof, indeed. Could happen. Oh, are we going to see? Okay, abandoning the boss for now. And we're going to change owners as Mayday is now in position up in the top lane. They do have vision there on Arthas. Can't pick up here by Salt Sisters.
I'm interested to see if they're going to actually do this boss. They had vision of Arthas mid. I think they're maybe going to bait it now.
Oh, the camp was given up too. So the camp
Cindergosa going out, connecting onto Li Ming, who gets rooted in there underneath the boss. APOC comes out. They're trying to chase down. Li Ming's already healed up. The teleport stun landing on a Breakwood. Pops Crushing Jaws in the stay a while. Doesn't connect, and now Gus coming out, blowing them right into this tunnel. I kind of wish they'd turn around back on this. That gust into the wall was so good. They're just stuck in there, can't do anything. But looks like they're backing up here. It's just back and forth. They've started the boss now, which is really interesting because it's not like they got a pick and it doesn't take much to heal up your team when you have an Ana on it.
Absolutely, yeah. You don't want to be beaten on the boss, getting beat by the boss and the other team at the same time. But Slice getting rotated on here. Out comes the Poison Nova, and down goes Diablo, and down goes Zool. It's a double kill going out for Salt Sisters. Now they kind of have a couple options what they want to do here, and I think they might just turn and take this boss.
I'm wondering if Team Mayday is going to just do a bottom boss call. That's what I would be doing right now. Just everyone straight bottom. We have enough damage here to take this bottom boss. We have a Gust to secure it if they show up, and we can push that down and cause more lane pressure onto their bottom keep.
And they're doing just that. Mayday hopping onto this boss. Gonna pick that on up. And then I think it's gonna be a free-for-all for this for the next objective. Or maybe boss defense. I'm not sure.
So again, interesting call. They managed to get that pick, but they chose to do a boss, and there was value for Mayday to get somewhere else on the map, and that's exactly what they did. So they just ended up trading bosses even though they were up a player here.
Smart call by Mayday when you're outmanned. Going to pick up the camp here for Salt Sisters, and then I assume that they're probably just going to drop down to this boss and try to clear that up and take as much damage onto their keep.
I mean, we're never outmanned here.
Oh! I have no comeback.
Both teams also picking up those siege camps as well. Now bottom lane, the front wall was mostly cleared out from the objective that Mayday had earlier, so that is getting a little bit more keep damage onto that bottom keep as they clear it out. Mayday managing to clear out the boss. I think they didn't even lose both their towers, just the one.
Yeah, Mayday getting about 60 to 75% of that bottom keep in that trade-off, being down a man. Very smart call indeed.
Salt Sisters looks like they're rearing for a fight here.
Weenus speechless. That doesn't happen often. It doesn't. It doesn't. But Weenus also gets himself in trouble quite a bit, so that happens a lot. Ooh,
Yeah, this is
hiding in the bushes. Watch out.
This really does come down to who wins this next team fight once again. This is what, the third time this has happened tonight in these games?
Yeah. Yep. Even levels, pretty close in kills. Structure's very close as well. It's gonna come down to one big fight, I think. It's coming. It's coming.
Any moment now, there'll be an engage. Here we go, Diablo onto the Arthas, pops the APOC, it's gonna connect with him. Poison Nova goes out, connects onto Arthas, and down he falls. Diablo's now on Deckard in the back line, who's taking a ton of damage, but Breakwood in the back line of Mayday getting a pick onto the Ana. Pussycat looking for whatever reset she can get, but unfortunately Diablo does fall, and that's gonna be a 2-for-1 in favor of Salt Sisters. Gus coming out to try and peel for her teammates here.
There's the channel. Breakwood gets it. Still got 40 plus seconds for two members of Mayday before they can contest this. Nothing really else on the map to grab. There is that one siege camp on Salt Sisters' side, but this objective, this could get them some keeps potentially, especially if they stagger more deaths on the side of Mayday. Watch out.
Yeah, Pussycat's trying to do her best to stay safe and just poke out as much damage as she can here, so if they do re-engage, at least there's already a bunch of damage onto them. But at this point with Deckard with his big healing pots, it's not going to do too much. And she needs to be careful not to get caught and stagger deaths here.
Mayday deciding to take their siege camp, as that's the only course of action they can really do, as they can't contest the objective. At least they'll get something, push them down the lane. Here we go. Objective claimed by Salt Sisters. Here comes the cavalry. The cavalry is here! Ha ha!
Look at this bush gank they're setting up here, hoping that maybe somebody from Team Mayday will rotate through this spot and they'll be able to catch them off guard. But Mayday's staying safe back behind their fort, well, what's left of their fort wall.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested with the push from Salt Sisters prioritizing mid. I don't know. I don't know if that's just the lane they want to push.
Now Li Ming needs to be careful here. She's overextended, and it doesn't take much to rotate between that mid and bottom lane. That's exactly what's happening here. But she just manages to escape before getting caught by the Arthas. Arthas does have that Sindragosa up and ready to use, so I'm expecting that to come out any minute here. So we can probably assume this is going to be bottom keep loss. But we have Gus coming out to try and save it, to back them off this keep. But unfortunately, just the damage alone from the objective. And APOC coming out, connecting onto the Arthas, and once again, Arthas is the kill target here, out of position. Diablo using his blink. We have Stalewater Listen coming out, doesn't connect. Crushing Jaws going out, doesn't connect, and instead Li Ming manages to blow up the Arthas, and now Roqwell getting low as well, so Bex turns around, lands a stun, trying to do something, peel for her team, maybe get some counter kills here with Breakwood doing poke damage, but instead she's going to fall as well here. I'm interested to see if maybe they just decide to run it down bottom and try to end this game now. 3 members down on the side of Salt Sisters, a nice 50-second plus death timers. This could be their opportunity to look to end.
They're definitely going to try. The lanes are pushed quite a bit far forward, and they don't have Li Ming with them. Li Ming is trying to push back the last of this wave push. I think we are going to see Salt Sisters be able to put up some kind of defense here. They might lose this bottom keep.
I think they really need to end here. We're 24 minutes, or level 24 is in the game, 28 minutes into this game. Death timer is so high. They have the damage. They don't need to be at core clearing right now. They could literally be on the enemy's core right now with 3 members down. Instead, they're deciding to play this game extremely slow. I don't know where they're going to look to get value to try to end the game now. I guess maybe do a boss, but by the time they get down this boss low enough, there's a chance that team Salt Sisters comes in for the invade.
Yeah, I think if Li Ming was with them, I think they would have had the numbers to try and pull something off. They did claim the bottom keep at least, but here comes Valk, kind of all alone, because the rest of the team is hanging back a little bit. Big Syndragosa.
But a big Gus coming out as well. Breakwood trying to flank to catch who they can in the back line. Doesn't quite work out. Crushing Jaws went out, didn't connect onto anyone, and now Diablo turning onto her. We have the ball lightning being cast by Cassia, who's chasing down Swyft and Miss Pussycat. Both of them getting quite low. She's looking for any advantage to try and get out of here, but they do get the pick onto Li Ming. Now, Healer getting caught here in the Stale While and Listen. Poison Nova coming out from Traxex. But she's going to fall as well here, and that's a 3-for-1 in favor of Salt Sisters. And I think they might, maybe, I don't know what they do here. They have a boss heading onto their core. I don't know if they win a race against a boss and a Diablo, because Diablo is heading straight for core as well. So base race time.
They're gonna try it. Yeah, they gotta take down this keep, get rid of that 20% armor, and here they go. It's on.
Gust is up again in 7 seconds from Falstad, so she can push them off, give a little bit more of an opening for Diablo to win that base race. I'm so freaking excited. Here we go. Who's gonna win this? Falstad landing the Gust, but the boss follows them out. And this is just opening up just a little bit more for Diablo to win on the base race. It's getting so close, 7,000 to 14,000 on the side, but there's members actually that have DPS over on the side of Salt Sisters. Holy shit, I don't think we've ever seen games so close in GG's tonight, but that is going to be Mayday winning the 4th game of the series with a very, very tight base race. GG's and well played.
Oh my god, that was craziness.
All right, well, here we are. Ready to go into game number 5 on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Whew. Take a deep breath, because this is sure to be a little spicy.
Woo.
My cheeks, honest to God, hurt. Like, my cheeks are sore.
I agree, Bahamut. They certainly are. Absolutely.
And I just trimmed down my cheeks.
You gotta. We're going to game 5. Celebrate game 5.
Oh, that's my follow alert sound. So I was like, who's following? Thanks.
It's Weenus. He's following again. All right. If they ban Murky, then I'm going to be very wrong. I did promise a game 5 Murky.
Well,
that was close.
I feel like they're not going to ban Murky on Tomb. It's not your typical Murky map, so maybe you're going to be right, because she might pick it just because it's left up.
Magical Murky map, maybe?
Can one of the teams request the ARAM map? So the maps that the teams can have to choose from are all the current ranked rotation maps. So no.
Peaches, what kind of monster? Oh my goodness. All right, well, there is the Johanna ban once again, targeting Valk and that falling sword of justice.
What's your favorite topping on pizza?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, I almost just said kangaroo. That's clearly not a topping. My favorite topping is simple: cheese, pepperoni, and garlic. That's it. It's great.
Yeah. I like just sometimes I just order garlic.
Oh my god, I love garlic so much.
Just have a garlic and cheese pizza. I'm basically just eating garlic bread with tomato sauce.
Yes, the people at the DMV hate when I have garlic. Not the people at the window, the people that I'm sitting with for 5 hours in the waiting chairs. Diablo band, here comes another band. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Cassia Banzerino.
All right, May up and available, ETC up and available, Chromie up and available, Falstad up and available. The list goes on and on. Lots of picks, comfort picks on the side of Salt Sisters, up and ready for them to grab here. And we do see that Chromie being picked up by Breakwood.
Jazz, you know who's still available, right?
Weenus is in the dating game. If you'd like to get a hold of him, his DMs are open to all those ladies out there.
Wait, what? What just happened? I'm saying Murky's still open and available. I see what you did there. I got played once again. I got played.
Brando says only to ladies.
My word is worth fighting for.
Hey, I keep an open mind. Open mind. That's right. All right. So this, I would say maybe Murky here if I was to pick. Okay, I'll get off the Murky. Oh, that didn't come out right. Maybe some other hero. Maybe like a tank. Maybe a healer, an off laner. Oh boy. Oh boy. Game 5 hype.
Let's fight for the frozen throne.
Unprotected Falstad making another appearance. So much Gust play this evening. Amazing.
Yeah, a new Barak being picked up by Valk again. We did see this a little bit earlier in the series. So maybe bringing that out to pull out a dub. Wrap the series up with a new pick.
Well, that's a good question. Is Avalanche still banned?
I don't ban it in my series because this is not a serious thing. So she can play Avalanche if she wants. She's been playing Icewall though.
That's true. That's very true.
That might just be because she's practicing as if she's playing for NGS, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, Avalanche is so much fun, and it's just like so low percentage of actually rolling somebody off the map that I think it's kind of like whatever. But you gotta do what you gotta do. But it is fun to see Icewall because normally you see Avalanche all the time. So seeing Icewall is kind of refreshing.
Maybe I'll let her know because people in chat think she doesn't know.
I hear the
Okay.
call.
I'm not picking Falstad. Lost our last game. Moist Weenus, can we get you to sing a song after this final match? Well, no. No, I'm just kidding. I will sing whatever, and it will be terrible. She doesn't know she can Avalanche. All right, so with the Johanna banned, Valk is going to pick up the Anubarak. We do see Deathwing picked up for the first time in this series by TheBecks. And here's ArtemisHowl healing up on Brightwing. Traxex picking up Nazeebo, getting those extra. Yay!
Someone said if it's banned in here, like, so I know for the tournament we did say it was banned just because it was more like a long-term tournament thing, but Friday nights is just for fun. We want to see some fun plays. And if we happen to catch the glitch on GG's, I'm not going to be mad about it.
No, absolutely not. Like, we're here for the fun and to get sweaty. Sweaty fun, right? Sweaty fun? Yeah.
Make way for the bad guy.
And there's Little Jin being picked up by Swyft to roll out both of the drafts. And there, Miss Pussycat once again picking up the Diva. Whew. I am tantalized in anticipation of this amazing match. Jazzy doing all of the things, talking to all the players, me just floundering around, getting arrested.
We've decided to keep Avalanche banned because everyone just assumed it was, so they wouldn't have been letting May through, they were saying. So we're just going to keep Avalanche banned.
Yeah, that whole Avalanche conversation really snowballed. Nope. Nope. Worst.
All right, game number 5, best of 5 series. On the left-hand side, we have Salt Sisters with TheBecks playing Deathwing, Valk on the Anubarak, Roqwell on Falstad, Breakwood playing Chromie, and ArtemisHowl on Brightwing.
And I said I'd sing something, so on the right-hand side, we have a red team Mayday, where we have Diva being played by Miss Pussycat. We got Zul'jin being played by the Swyft. We got Deckard being played by Kiyeberries. We got Meh played by Slash and Nazeebo played on Traxex.
You almost made that last to the mid-fight brawl.
Whew. I'm such a goober.
All right, gonna see a little bit of a fight in the mid here until people decide what lanes they're gonna end up in. Probably gonna see Deathwing and Pussycat in the bottom lanes and the rest of the team rotating. Potentially maybe even though a Falstad in the bottom lane. Let's see how this plays out. We do have Falstad rotating down here to counter D.Va in the solo lane. The rest of the team doing a 4-man rotation. Now looking to pick up that soak in the top. Slice getting caught a little bit out. Manages to slide out.
I kind of like this. I like that TheBecks picking up the Deathwing, moving with the 4-man just because they have so much of that siege damage. I think they'll really be able to get some value there.
Stun going out onto Slice, followed up by the Q stun as well. She pops her unstoppable. Just getting damage down, but Deckard's here to back her up, so she's just going to be able to walk away full health already.
I think these 4-man rotations, if they do stay as 4-man rotations, they're definitely going to they're definitely going to favor Salt Sisters. But we'll have to see what happens down in the bottom lane with Falstad versus Mrs. Pussycat. But it looks like Roqwell's getting a good chunk there onto D.Va in that 1v1.
It seems like Mayday's doing a good job of rotating between these lanes and keeping up with the soak. We did see Falstad getting picked up by the D.Va a little bit off camera there.
That was so close. That 1v1 was within like fractions. I guess everything's a fraction, but you know, you know what I meant.
So it's a little bit ahead on XP now for the side of Team Mayday. Gems are slowly being collected. 24 on the side of Team Salt Sisters and 31 on the side of Team Mayday. And now a 2v1 down in the bottom lane to try and deal with this D.Va.
D.Va being such a diva, getting everybody's attention. Slight XP lead though for Mayday as they are approaching 5. They're about half a level away. Gems collected though, a few more also for Mayday. Looking at 37 versus 33 on the side of Salt Sisters. Looking for 50. Show me that 5-0.
And it's really close. Like I said earlier, it looks like they're just not quite able to keep up with that rotation. They keep catching the waves at their gates in the top lane. But they are choosing to pick up that bruiser camp right now. Chromie and Brightwing grabbing that. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Falstad and D.Va back to the little 1v1 dance.
That's the combo you don't see taking camps very often. Brightwing and Chromie.
If it works, it works.
That's right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Falstad trying to do what he can to get D.Va out of this mech before she has her mech explosion, but it's looking like she's going to get that up before she pops out. Meanwhile, up in the 4-man, a little bit of a poking going back and forth on these rotations, but nothing too substantial happening. They do have that bruiser camp pushing down mid to be cleared out. It's a good opportunity for them to maybe dump what gems they have if they want to, and also catch up on pushing out their top lane.
Got to put them in the piggy bank. It's not enough to hold on to them. I know I get nervous when I'm holding more than one.
A rotation onto the
gank in the bottom, yeah.
Rotation onto the D.Va there, but not quite enough damage to be able to kill her out of her mech, and they didn't get her the stun onto her before she got into her mech. So they weren't able to get the pick on her, and now she's just going to back, get full health, and join the fight again. Turn in up and available for both teams. 36 of those gems already turned in on Salt Sisters. Mayday sitting on 58 gems, so they do have the resources to get a turn in here. They just need to create that space to actually turn the gems in. Slice getting caught out here, sliding out. Potions being thrown towards her so she can get healed up. TheBecks trying to get that turn in now.
A little bit of a zone here. Valk trying to keep everyone back, trying to get TheBecks able to turn in. But there's 22 gems on Miss Pussycat too. There's a lot of gems at stake here if they choose to fight instead of trying to turn in sneakily.
I wonder if they're just going to try and rotate one person out each time to get the turn in. Slice getting a little bit caught out here. Standing in the Deathwing queue. She had to pop her unstoppable, so that's down right now. But she's getting healed back up by the Deckard, looking to try to turn in her gems while D.Va zones the rest of the team off of her. Meanwhile, Chromie has started to soak in the other lanes, and she is turning in top right now. But it's not quite enough to get them the turn in they need for the Spider Queen phase. Turn-ins coming in now on the side of Mayday. Chromie here to interrupt it. Manages to land her Dragon Breath on both members, turning in here to delay that once more. Again, they only need 5 gems on the side of Salt Sisters to get this turn in. And nobody's been watching top, so if they maybe do a sneaky rotation top here, they'll be able to get that.
Great interrupts by Breakwood. These are excellent interrupts on the turn in, and it's definitely keeping Mayday from turning in.
Yeah, the thing is, it's having a Chromie on your team, it's going to be pretty impossible for you to turn in unless somebody is really on that Chromie zoning her out.
And there's the first turn in by Salt Sisters complete as TheBecks gets the top turn in, still holding on to 16 gems. Going to go into the sky and fly and heal a little bit up there. A great point coming out from Incorrect Digit saying, I feel like Salt Sisters super missed Brightwing having the tiny Deathwing skin. Mind games. That would have been real fun.
It does look like they're going to try and siege us in top, and Mayday aware that that's what's going to happen here, so they're ready to set up and defend. Nazebo just doing a quick back to get some health and mana, and he'll be ready to defend here too. Deathwing about to land down on them though. This is now a 4v3. We have the temporal loop connecting onto Zueljin. She's just trying to escape here. And it looks like she's going to be just fine. Again, Deckard just back there ready to heal up any damage that they're popping out on the side of Salt Sisters.
I do like that Salt Sisters is pushing the top as it is the boss lane, so good to get damage up there if you can. But a solid defense also coming out from Mayday.
Here comes D.Va. She does have that mech explosion up to pop if she wants to use it to defend their top fort here. Level 10s are online for Salt Sisters now, so they could be looking to try and get a quick fight here. But unfortunately, level 10 is now picked up for Mayday, so it didn't quite work out in their favor. This Pussycat now has that D.Va bomb to try and zone off turn-in area to maybe try a force to turn in for Mayday now.
Traxex has 27 gems. It's getting soaked down into this bottom lane. Maybe look for a turn in themselves, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do that as there's several members of Salt Sisters in the bottom turn in area.
That mech health just absolutely blowing up so quickly from the Chromie's W's, the Dragon Breath. It's insane. Breakwood is now getting chased down by Slice here. Valk and Bex trying to come in, step up here to try and get her off the back line. Deckard in the cocoon. Anubarak diving it into the back line. Maybe might get caught out of position here, but the Bex just deciding to use that Cataclysm to get into the back line as well, help her team out. Mayday kind of now on the retreat here, and they have enough gems almost, though, sitting 4 gems off of being able to turn in themselves here. So if they do manage to win a team fight, they're going to be able to turn in and have a second spider face.
Absolutely, and those 33 gems on Traxex as they do tap to try to heal up a little bit. 29 on Miss Pussycat as she's pushing into ArtemisHowl. ArtemisHowl has to back off a little bit. Down goes the mech, but Miss Pussycat will be able to get away in the pilot form. Who will turn it next?
Dragon Breath just connecting onto D.Va, killing her, but her team's there to pick up all those gems, so they didn't lose the gems. They're sitting at 99 gems now. Team Salt Sisters does have that turn in, and they're trying to get those gems in now. 20 of them sitting on the Deathwing, who's been interrupted once already by the Zueljin, but it looks like they might be able to get this turn in here, and this is going to be a second Webweaver phase for them. Interesting thing to know, Nazebo currently already at 149 stacks on his baseline quest, so he's going to scale pretty hard into this late game. So
Cat pointing out, Jazzy, your casting has gotten so gosh darn good, and I can't agree more. Kudos.
Thank you.
You're the best. you're gonna make me cry.
All right, once again, we're going to see Salt Sisters sieging up through the top lane, as that is the boss lane. So if they open that up, it just gives boss a better advantage in the future here. Mayday.
Going in deep.
Yeah, Mayday needs to be really careful here. Both Slice and Nazebo holding a lot of gems here. It would be a shame if they lost some of those gems, because they're sitting on 2 turn-ins themselves if they can manage to survive and create a space for them to get these gems in. They are doing a decent job of clearing these spiders out, though. D.Va has been taking care of the bottom lane. They're not going to lose any keeps or anything here, and they're still keeping up on XP. So they're not down and out yet. And like I said, Nazebo is scaling extremely hard here. He's very close to getting his stacks done already, sitting at 163 right now. And they haven't even hit level 13s. So they're going to be in a good spot come late game.
My altar awaits the gems.
Absolutely. When you lose a lot of gems that you've been holding on to, it definitely feels like a gem epidemic. Ugh. Kiyeberries in trouble, is going to get polymorphed. Down they go. Miss Pussycat is going to lose the mech, is going to be running, is losing a lot of health. It's going to drop 10 gems right there. Can they get picked up by Traxex? Traxex does grab the gems that they can. Valk's plays is deep, though, creating even more CC on Traxex and trying to keep them down. Down goes Nzeebo's ultimate, and now Valk Slays is a little bit too deep and has to back on out. But does burn that Nzeebo ult as well, so the Gargantuan will not be able to be used for another 54 seconds.
Yeah, Slice did a good job of peeling for her team there when Valk came in on them. The unfortunate thing is there's 2 members of Mayday did go down right at the beginning of the spider phase, so they're not going to get much value off these spiders. Fortunately for them, they are probably sitting on another turn in here. They do have a lot of gems being collected. So if they just hold on here, they might be able to sneak in another turn in pre-16 and try to turn the tides that way. Slice getting caught a little bit, pops are unstoppable. D.Va goes in, gets cocooned. We have the poison coming out to get her out of that quite fast. Now she's in the back line again. Mech Explosion about to be up in a second here. Meanwhile, Swyft just up on the sidelines, free hitting the Deathwing. Valk eating a bit of that D.Va mech, and she's back into her mech form. Too low to continue this fight. Their tank needs a backup, and now they're looking to get this turn in. Slice getting caught here. Tons of CC going out onto her. She's looking to try and disengage, but Valk is in there. She doesn't care what her health is, and she will be getting picked off here. We have Deathwing trying to poke out some damage here, and the Chromie's Dragon Breath going out, but it's not going to be enough to secure a kill in return, and they're going to look to try and get this turn in again. They're sitting on 86 gems, the 55 they need for turn in, and they're down the tank. This is the right time to do it.
Mayday just wants to fight. They don't want to turn in right now. They keep chasing. They do have the gems. We're going to see 23 getting channeled here by Slice. I don't think Roqwell is going to see it or be able to interrupt it. And we have 41 on Swyft, but Breakwood is there, ready to interrupt at a moment's notice.
I do just want to talk a little bit about strategy on this map. It's always a good idea to try and have your DPS or healer or not your tank, basically, pick up those gems, because what's going to happen is you end up having these fights over these turn-in areas, and it's not ideal to have a tank trying to turn in because they're the person that's going to be able to zone off the enemy team. So having that many gems on Slice for so long was definitely a little bit of a struggle there happening for Mayday, because she has D.Va to really zone for her. Otherwise, someone else stepping up is just going to get deleted from the CC on the side of Salt Sisters.
Absolutely. It's definitely a balance, because you want to have your tank pick up the gems because they're harder to kill, but then at the same time, they can't really engage the other team for you. So it's a very, very intricate balance that you have to make. And here's the turn in, though, for Mayday. They do get in the gems. And looks like they're coming mid. They're coming mid for a fight, although the Web Weaver's almost down mid. And it is.
Yeah, I'm hoping they can find value somewhere. It looks like they're going to maybe just push down bottom, knowing that top lane is going to be next priority on the side of Team Salt Sisters. We do have an engage onto the false ad, but we have the Brightwing teleport come out here. Icewall catching the Deathwing, and now they're going to make a push onto this bottom fort, and they did lose the D.Va, getting caught in the back line there. Deathwing pops a Cataclysm, and they're now on the chase. Cocoon connects onto the Mei, and she's now caught in the back line as the rest of her team retreats. Fortunately, she does have some tools in her kits to help her escape here, so she might be okay. She pops the Unstoppable, and she's going to be able to slide out of here in a moment if there's enough of a break from the CC.
A great escape there by a Slice, even with all the members of Salt Sisters setting up their CCs to try to keep Mei down, still able to escape.
Yeah, I think if that Cocoon had connected onto any other member of Mayday, we would have seen somebody fall there.
Absolutely.
We are having
a possible invade.
Yeah, TheBecks getting caught on this camp here. She's going to die pretty fast to Azul Jin as he's getting pretty stacked here. They do manage to secure that Bruiser camp to stay a while and listen coming out. Connecting onto some of the members of Team Salt Sisters, and Breakwood's now being chased down by Slice. She needs to be careful here because all of Salt Sisters ready to back up the Chromie, and that's exactly what happened. So that'll be a 1-for-1 in this team fight here, but unfortunately Spiders are pushing in on Mayday's keeps here, so they are defending this down a player, but they did manage to get a pick at least in return, so even on players.
Yeah, and absolutely, when you get a turn in, it's your advantage to get any kind of trades that are equal 1-for-1, 2-for-2, because you're going to get that much more pressure pushing from these Web Weavers. It looks like a lot of the resources are going to be dedicated to the top lane.
We had Nzeebo pop his Gargantuan to try and clear out that spider. It is getting quite low, only about a quarter of its health left, so it's not going to take too much to clear this out, and it looks like there's really Not too much to gain here from this spider phase on the side of Salt Sisters. Just a little bit more lane pressure. Other than that, they didn't manage to get any keeps or structures, except for maybe like a fort wall or something.
Here comes a big fight mid. Dropping that sand down on the Swyft. Out comes Stay a While. And listen.
Giant Zul'jin out onto that Chromie. Pops that guillotine as she was trapped in the zombie wall, and she was just deleted. Artemis getting quite chunked now. A little bit slowed here from the Mei. Getting stuck. Here comes the Cataclysm from Deathwing. Deathwing's now going to be in the back line. They're trying to get that kill onto Artemis as she retreats, and she's doing everything she can to stay alive. Mech Explosion comes out, and it looks like TheBecks going to get caught in that, and that's a 3-for-0 in favor of Team Mayday. They're not ready to give up yet. They might be down their forts, but this game's not over yet.
Absolutely not. They do have the kill lead. They're going to go get this boss right now because it is free, very, very free and available. This will help them get a little bit of damage here up in the top hand lane, get some damage on that fort. They have enough for turn-in, so I think we're going to look for a double play here of getting the boss, turning in, and getting massive push value in all three of the lanes if they can. The lanes are pushed a little bit towards them, but, you know, when you get those spiders, it'll right that wrong quite quickly.
Absolutely. Mayday's been doing a fantastic job of making sure that they pick up any gems when somebody's died. So this entire time, they've just been sitting on a huge pile of gems to do these back-to-back turn-ins and keep themselves in the game. So they might have fallen a little bit behind in the early game. But like I said, that Nazebo scaling, plus the fact that they're holding on to all their gems here, they're staying in this. Now they have that boss turn-in. Kiyeberries throwing out the Stay a While and Listen, catching the Deckard, or catching the Chromie and the Brightwing. Not quite enough damage to follow up on that. Cocoon was used on the Diva. Swyft now looking to turn in those 28 gems to get them their turn-in.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, look at those Nazebo stacks. 271. That is bonkers.
Pussycat in a little bit of trouble there. Manages to use that dash pilot to get out, but Valk is looking for it. Burrows in, doesn't quite connect onto anyone, and now she's on the retreat. She's low on mana, so she needs to be a little bit careful, because if she has no cooldowns or stuns to get out of here and is out of mana, it's going to be dangerous for her. But she does manage to get out, and now they're looking to siege in top here. Nazebo is pushing mid. Zul'jin looks like he's just... I think he might have been healing in the back for a second, safe distance from Chromie.
Which would be on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
Bottom Web Weaver is not going to get a whole lot of value, as there was the Siege Giant camp pushing against it down there, but it's all about the top lane right now as Mayday is pushing in. They're looking for a keep, see if they can push in here and get what they came for.
Pussycat does have that mech explosion up, so she's going to be able to pop that and potentially zone them out to create that space to take down this keep. So out goes the Diva Bomb. Falstad getting caught in it. Gust it back, so it's not going to connect onto any members of Salt Sisters. And now they have that upgraded Gust pushing them back and defending this keep here. Mind you, there is still Spider pushing mid, so they could start to decide to siege there. Gargantuan pop to do what it can. We have Cocoon going out onto Zul'jin, and now Valk is making the engage here. Deathwing dropping in on the back line. Slice trying to slide out, gets interrupted, and the rewind going out onto Kiyeberries. She's doing all she can to stay alive. She has those rubies and potions keeping her up. She's not even worried. She's just in their face, autoing them like she's a DPS.
Oh my goodness. Out comes the guillotine, and now this charge has turned into a treat as Mayday is pushing back onto the keep, and Salt Sisters are backing up a little bit to make sure they don't get taken out.
Like I said,
Roqwell.
that Spider's pushing mid here. It is almost down the mid keep here from that uncontested push. And they do manage to secure that top keep. I'm wondering if they're going to go for a core call here, or they're just going to take some more keeps.
It is a 5v4. I think if they get at least one more pick, they can definitely push in onto the core. It looks like a little bit of a retreat call coming out from Mayday as they start backing out.
Diva getting in a little bit of a sticky situation here. She didn't manage to get off her mech explosion, and now the Tempura loop catching her, so she's going to go down here. It's now a 4v4, even players here. Guillotine coming out, doesn't quite connect onto the Anubrak, and Anubrak looks like he's trying to chase him down. He doesn't really care about this poison damage coming out from Nazebo. He's not afraid. Cocoon connects onto Deckard Cain. Ice Wall comes out to try and zone off the enemy team, and we have an Emerald Win also being used, but it looks like both teams are deciding to back up, and there's a Bruiser camp on the side of Mayday ready and up and available for the taking.
Oh my goodness, what a beating though that Salt Sisters took, but they were able to push back Mayday to live another day. Looks like they're going to swing down bottom, grab up the siege camp, try to get some counter pressure going. but still, anyone's game at this point.
Siege camp secured in the bottom lane here. Yeah, absolutely, you're right. That is anyone's game at this point. But Salt Sisters are a bit more closer to that turn-in. They're only sitting a couple gems off of having that, and it looks like that's what they're going to try to get here. So Mayday needs to make sure they're paying attention here. Don't let them sneak that turn-in. Fortunately for them, even if they do manage to get that turn-in, there's a lot of pressure in the mid and top lanes to deal with the spiders. So they mostly have to worry about bottom lane, and they still have all their keeps up for the defense, unlike the side of Team Salt Sisters.
Traxex on the Zebo now has 295 stacks of Voodoo Ritual. That is one tanky. Aye, watch out.
Yeah, Zul'jin, interestingly, hasn't quite finished out his base quest yet. Still working on that. But I said this earlier, they're a late game comp, and with Naz's stacks, it's going to be insane. When Swyft finishes off her stacks as well, it's going to be even better.
Naz up to 7,000 health. May's only at 6,100. Naz is now a second tank.
They are getting that turn in right now. Breakwood turning in 11 gems. They just need 3 more. TheBecks turning in that last 3, and they have that bruiser camp to kind of escort these spiders in and start the fight. Kai getting caught a little bit out of position, but is going to manage to walk out, and now Slice in the back line, slides out, and she's going to be safe too. They do have this mech explosion up to help with the defense. Guillotine goes out, maybe just to help clear the camp.
This point, got to push back the lane a little bit, otherwise these spiders are going to be directly on top of you, on top of your keeps. But this is good for Salt Sisters. They need to get a little bit more siege damage in, and possibly if they get some picks, they could push further past the keep. Got to be careful on the side of Mayday not to get picked off.
And there's a mech explosion. Like I said, she had that up and available for this defense, and that's exactly what she used it for. Mind you, they still have to worry about that spider pushing in on the bottom lane, so they can't completely just stay mid for the defense. But it looks like Salt Sisters are going to rotate down there and try to siege in with the spider anyways.
Manning up bottom, here they come. Grouping up, looking for an engage. Swyft getting a little bit low intentionally, dropping off the guillotine. Here comes the push. Spider is down.
Anubarak
so
is in there, tried to burrow in, but didn't quite connect onto anyone, is now backing up again. Slice throwing out the blind. Pops are unstoppable to get a little bit more health and safety here.
Pretty great defense by Mayday.
Yeah, and this is the spider phase done and over with. So now they're just fighting for the sake of fighting here. There's not much, unless they're going to try to get a keep, which is pretty hard with all members up. But Valk is in there, burrows in once again. Slice right on the counter engage. Miss Pussycat in there with the Diva Bomb, throwing that out there. It's not going to connect onto anyone, but it did push them off and zone them off. We had the Emerald Wood coming out from Brightwing. Upgraded Guillotine connecting onto a couple members of Salt Sisters. Not quite enough to secure any kills. Fear coming out from the Deathwing, and the chase is on. Mayday is ready to take them out here. Valk now in the back line, burrowed in, and she's going to be trapped back here. Let's see if her team is able to come to her rescue here.
Looks like everybody's about to get out. Oh, Breakwood might be caught in a bad spot. Running though. I think everyone's... Oh my goodness, the slow members of Salt Sisters are getting slowed even further. Out comes the ice wall. This fight's not over yet. Oh, a huge guillotine coming out there. Down goes Deathwing.
This is the second time we've seen this Nazebo wall into the guillotine combo. It's working quite well for them. That boss is up and available for them to take. They don't quite have it turn in yet. So if they want to do that and push for core, I think this could work for them.
Absolutely, yeah. Here comes Valk to try to check things out, but they are spotted. And they got to be careful because if they get picked, that might be game.
If Pussycat gets her mech explosion up here, then she'll be able to zone them off of this boss anyways. So I'm interested to see if she maybe just pokes out to kind of knock them back and try to get it up for the defense. But Valk is on this point, and it's just Nazebo on here, and he pops his stasis, so this isn't going to count as him being on here. This is a really tight fight for the boss. Pussycat just barely staying on it, pops her mech explosion, going to catch the rest of the members on it. There's just a tiny sliver, and it looks like they're going to be able to manage to secure that boss, just losing Nazebo in this fight. 2 members of Salt Sisters go down. They can now look for the push onto the core. They're now turning onto the Brightwing and chasing down the Chromie. And this could be the end of our series right here. Death timers are too long. The full health boss and Breakwood's going to fall as well, leaving just Deathwing to defend this boss.
What a huge fight there.
We have a reverse sweep on our hands, ladies and gentlemen.
Mayday, Mayday, but we're not going down. We're going for the reverse sweep. 3-2. Definitely going to do what they can try and do, but it's not going to be enough. And the boss and the members of Mayday are hitting the core, and they're hitting it fast.
Yeah, this is incredible back and forth games all night from both these teams. I'm so excited I was able to cast these games tonight. GG's, well played. Team Mayday, they'll be sticking around another week. Salt Sisters, giving it all they had and putting on such a great show tonight. I'm so happy with how these games turned out. And I hope these ladies had fun tonight too.
Well done, everybody. GG's well played. And in chat, such close games. Well done, everybody. What a series. What a freaking finish. We will see them back again for
Another one.
another one. Absolutely. What a great set of games.
All right, and we are back. Let me update the score. Mayday did get that win in the last series, so they did take home that dub tonight, and they're going to be returning next week, hopefully, to take on a brand new team. I hope we can find some ladies that are capable of matching them in this game. Salt Sisters put on a great show. I'm really curious if they were to come back, if it would go the same way again, because these games are so freaking close tonight. It was so fun to cast.
Right? Oh my goodness. They were so close all the time. You never know what was going to happen. The furthest from a blowout possible. Amazing games. So much fun to watch.
So let's not forget to shout out Weenus. He came on to guest cast tonight. So Weenus, where can people find you? I know you have some stuff going on this weekend. Tell us all about you.
Oh,
Let's start from when you were a baby.
When I was a child, I was dropped on my head so many times. It's pretty self-evident. That's where I blame all of my miscomings from, is from being dropped on my head. Yeah, no, I just like to have fun. I'm a nerd. I hang out. I like to play games. There's some amazing people in this community. I am involved with NGS, which is a great amateur HOTS league. This weekend we'll probably be doing some Fall Guys and drinking while we're playing. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/moistweenus, and on Twitter at moistweenus. And I'm just a doofus having fun, and that's it. Thank you so much for having me, Jazzy.
No.
This was amazing. I always enjoy the time that when we get together, and I was definitely looking forward to tonight, and it did not disappoint.
No, honestly, my pleasure having you on the show. You always make me laugh and maybe sometimes roll my eyes and facepalm, but I appreciate it nonetheless. You bring a little bit of happiness into the GG scene with the casting. So thank you. I think that's about it. We're going to wrap it up here for GG's this week. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in. Please stick around. I am going to jump into some Storm League games. If you did not catch all of the games, they are all going to be uploaded to YouTube sometime this weekend. So if you want to catch those there, make sure you go give my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, give my videos a like. And I apologize for my amateur editing because it's a learning process.
It certainly is. One step at a time. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps.
Other than that, Venus, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to jump into some Storm League for the next couple hours. And yeah.
Sounds good.
Weekend.
And remember...
It's the most fun!